Not only am I done reading, I am back to recording. I had stopped it for a moment.
Okie dokie. We begin this session at about noon on the road. It's not quite noon. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. You are in the desert. You're going to be on the trade road for a little while. It's not 8 hours. Let me show you where you be. That combination there will get you to go where I click.
We are well, I can currently see a world map.
I see a world map, but didn't move the screen at all. So either I'm already centered where you want us to look, or
No, she's asking what the combination is.
oh, I'm sorry. I think it's either Control Ping or Alt Ping or Shift Ping.
Oh,
There we
whatever
go.
you just did was it, because I got scrolled
Okay,
while I was looking for it.
If y'all zoom in a bit.
Yeah, is that a token that is the image that Will made?
It is.
The group photo.
Yep.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome.
8 Wanderers have their own little token on the world map.
That is
Thought you'd
awesome.
be happy about that. So
I
that's about
appreciate
where
that.
you are. You're just
Good.
outside of town. What?
It's interesting if you have multiple little things going on in the world. It's like a what's a persistent universe. Anyway, I'm nerding out.
So there we are. You are just outside of Dracot. And it got, on this map, the scale is 3 blocks makes 8 hours of walking travel.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Doggy is upset by that and wishes it was less.
He's upset about I give up.
Because we're sitting near each other and we're not pinning.
Ah.
You have failed your scritch duty.
Yeah. All right.
So, as I understand it, your intent is to move north, but also to avoid, trekking through the desert. So my assumption is that you will travel this way and then head north.
Before we had left town, would I have a chance to go back and check on Balbros?
On who?
Balbros, the Furbolg.
Sure. Well, you've already left town, ran into a little old granny.
Okay.
If you want to head back into town and talk to that dude before you get moving, you could do that.
Just sending messages if I want to talk.
Yes, you could do sending. You've met him. You want to do that while you're walking?
Oh, no, not right now. I've learned my lesson on burning spell slots early in the day.
Cool. Okay. So, it's a walk and talk time. Does anybody want to have any conversation or do anything as you make your way along this map?
So how are y'all? It feels like ages since we talked. Is it weird?
Coming out of the ethereal plane will do that to you.
I think we're fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Still coming to terms with everything. Last I checked on him, he was doing all right. Are you doing okay in there? And do I get the sense that he's content to be back in a physical body?
He does seem rather shaken but content.
Okay.
So
there is a sense of relief.
So
gotcha.
Basically, it sounds like you shouldn't be catching any more curses, because otherwise we're going to have to do this all over again.
Correct. I believe. So just don't get cursed.
Sound strategy.
Shrugs.
Easy, right?
Is it technically a curse still?
Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask the woman before she walked off. I know that she claimed to have made a thing that was, I don't quite recall, because it was a lot all at once, and it was a very, very visceral image to suddenly approach us, but
I believe we cast bestow curse, if I recall correctly.
Right, but
Yes,
bestow
but
curse
they-
bestow curse
things-
normally doesn't upcast, and the scroll you guys used was an upcasted version of the spell.
Yeah, it was definitely an altered version, thoroughly altered version of the spell, which is why you guys had to roll so well to make it work.
What was this one?
I was
Yeah.
But
Um,
Foggy just shrugs. I assume we'll be fine. And yeah, worst case scenario, we do that again. Just hope that we're in the area of somebody who can manufacture something on behalf of the Moon Maiden.
Yeah.
Well,
he's great.
or get to the point where Dusk and I can do 9th level spells.
Or that. It'll be fine.
Right. Well, Dusk is going to be whittling away, continuing. I think he's logged like on this one little project of his. I think I counted like a total of maybe 8 hours or so, if I'm being conservative.
Do you recall how many hours we agreed it would take? 'Cause I thought you were going to be just about done with it in Dracov.
I don't remember a goal. I remember just logging. I was trying to go through like the days and the distance and the downtime every night, and I think I arrived at around 8 hours by the time we left Drake. So if that's enough, I don't remember what we said for a goal.
Yeah, I seem to remember that I thought that you would have it just about finished by the time you got to Dracov.
Right. Okay.
So it should be done within your first day out of Dracov.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm reviewing my work and just passing it around. Like, does this look right? Anyone else agree? Did I capture its essence?
This is a figure of the freaky monsters.
One of them.
One of them.
Yes, that's what he has been attempting. Do you want to roll a performance check, I guess, or a sleight of hand?
I think this is more of a.
Dexterity?
I think it's a general dexterity check.
Let's go with that and just see how you did.
Which is not in my favor, but
Oh, that worked out
but
well.
I add I'm proficient with wood carving tools, so I'll
Yep.
add my proficiency. And
you're getting to look at this thing every night in your dreams, so I would imagine you have advantage.
all right, I'll take it.
Mom's voice is doing some weird things.
Sorry.
Wait,
Is it
12.
just me, or is her voice not transmitting super well occasionally?
Fades out.
Occasionally.
Fades out. I rolled a 12
12.
With advantage?
with advantage.
Ugh.
A 7 and a 9
Yeah.
plus 3.
So, for the
Yeah,
rest
that's-
of you, had he rolled a 20, it would be a perfect facsimile of the thing you've seen in your dreams. So, it's better than average.
It gets all the major details.
Yeah, it's like I didn't bother with the teeth because I was like, oh, that's too hard. I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, eyeballs. Yeah, we'll just go with sockets.
I think you made it scarier.
More of a nightmare. Like, oh, maybe I'll try again. Well, I'll keep working. I don't know if that's salvageable.
Alrighty. So, you make the turn and continue heading north. And unless anybody has anything else they want to have come, I will just read to you what happens the rest of this travel day.
I did have a couple things I wanted to do.
I'm ready.
At this point, we are solidly out of desert and are back on at least grassy pathing, correct?
Grassland, that's correct.
Okay. And occasional trees, or are we still in dead, flat, grassy-ness?
You are in the dry, grassy that leads to a desert.
Okay, cool. So never mind. I am waiting to do a couple of things, and some of them involve trees.
Ah. I mean, you can see forest in the distance if you want to encourage your party to sort of swerve in that direction.
It'll be fine. We'll hit it eventually.
Okay.
Besides, I'm still a little rattled from the whole I was completely without Kurok for an entire 3 days or some crap.
It was a long time. It felt like forever.
Yeah. So Foggy and Kurok are just going to be mulling around in their head a little bit. Maybe occasionally pick up a stone and transmute it between sandstone and limestone and then granite and then some other generic stone, and just try and quote unquote meditate while walking and just ruminate on fixing the whole who the fuck did this to Karak and why, and get some answers. Just ruminate on all that.
You mean who put Kurok in this situation in the first place, or
Correct.
the
Why
fact
the
that
hell is
Snaps
he?
No.
No.
Tethered him. How he got this way in the first place.
How the hell did he get forced to exist in my form and in no other way unless I let him out? What the hell caused that? Why? Just sort of ruminating on all that.
Yeah.
I suppose it's an edgy day. Oh well.
Dusk won't do anything until it's end of the day.
Okay. Well, as supper time approaches, you see, as you're moving along here in the grasslands, up ahead, where is there a mark on the map right in front of you?
We have we have our marker for us, and then whoops, that's wrong.
Oh, yeah, it's on another layer, that's why. No problem. So,
I need to
as you're moving along, you start to notice here in the grasslands that up ahead, there's you see what appear to be perfectly cultivated fields of yellow wheat growing in these lovely, perfectly cuboidal, square, rectangular fields. And as you approach, you notice that there are people in the fields, all asses and elbows down there doing what you do to cultivate wheat. There is a large, roughly hewn log-style house and a small clapboard barn with a very stout windmill. And as you've been traversing this path, hasn't really been a path. You just kind of turned north, knowing that you kind of wanted to go north. There hasn't been a road. You turned off the road back here and have just sort of been making your way north. As you're approaching these fields and these structures, you do realize that from the central area of these structures, the grasslands have been sort of ground down underfoot. And although there is no road, there is definitely a path between all of the buildings and the fields that leads further north up toward what you could imagine further north from here even could be a little village of some sort.
It's a great gift, Ashley West.
Making her way downtown. That's what's happening.
I even have a way to catch those in the video.
That's good. So it's definitely not a road, but there is clearly a trodden path that continues north from where these fields and houses are. You also see, as you get closer and closer, that there is a herd of small children.
Oh dear.
Playing hide and seek or tag or some other kick the can style game in and amongst the buildings. And as you approach, eventually one of those children is going to notice your approach. And unless you decide to do something different, like hide from them, you will be accosted by a herd of small children any moment now.
Do they look? They're just playing right now.
That you heard someone say, "Ollie, Ollie, ox in free," just a second ago over by the barn. And these children, they seem to range in age from maybe 4 all the way up to like 9.
Dusk would first also just take a look at that. Like, is there a way to determine what is making the path, so to speak, the downtrodden grass? Is it a cart? Is it footfall? Is it?
It appears to be a footpath.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely not. You're not seeing any beasts of burden in the area.
And these
Just a whole slew of children roaming around, being weird, and
and these,
some other people out in the fields that could very well be older children, and an adult or two.
and this looks like a village, I guess. Structures look like a village.
This looks like a particular single family residence.
Oh,
It's a large family residence, but it does seem to be a single log home, a barn, and a windmill.
I see. I was looking at the group. I was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about a bunch of ankle biters. Are you?"
Not at all.
No, but I don't know that we want to march right through someone's homestead.
No, but maybe they can point away. Stop by, ask some questions. If they've seen anything weird.
Yeah, especially since we know possible kidnappings are going to be happening or have already happened. Maybe not
Yeah.
here.
Maybe we'll run into somebody who lives here that might be a future victim.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, just let's look as unimposing as possible, and maybe, maybe help out around the house, and we'll get some warm meal out of it. Who knows?
Talking as you're walking.
Oh yeah, just not breaking stride, but I'm just going to
A little
try to.
girl, probably 6 or 7 years old, is gonna pop up from behind a water barrel and go, "Ankle biters. I don't know. Nobody here bites anybody's ankles, but if you're lost, I know where you need to go. You got to come with us. Hey, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby! Look, they're strangers. We got to take them. Let's go, let's go!" And the entire herd of small children stop what they're doing and come running at you.
Oh dear.
And surround you and like poking at your clothes and tugging on your sleeve to get a better look at you. And they're just chittering amongst themselves. It's a allotment of human children, clearly siblings. They all seem to look just a little bit alike, and you are ushered by these children toward the other buildings further off in the distance. And there's no not going the direction that they seem to think you need to be going. And you are peppered with questions. Who are you? What's your name? Are you lost? We will help you. We know where you, Ms. Whitney, she will help you because she has the things and she will help you, and you can come this way and you have to come this way, and you have food. We have food. You need some food?
I'm just thinking to myself, he done kicked the hornet's nest now.
Do these kids all look like they're like related?
Yes,
They
she
do.
said.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
they definitely look like a single family unit, ages from 4 up to 9 or so. There's about 6 or 7 of them. A couple of them probably twins. They're well dressed. They're not like grubby little urchins or anything. They're relatively well put together. Nice, neat, clean hair.
Interlude with feed puppies. Hold on.
Trying to placate a dog.
Okay, hang on. You gotta give me a minute then.
Grumpy dog. All right. All these kids, and I don't have enough trinkets for all of them, so and I'll just say, well, my name's Dusk. And I'll just say, blessings of Saluna on all of ye.
What's a saloona?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked. Do you ever look up at the
Oh,
moon?
you just got him started.
Do you ever look up at the moon?
I look up at the moon all the time. It comes out at nighttime. You know, sometimes it's there in the daytime, but you can't see it. But I know it's out there at the nighttime.
Well, there's a lovely lady that lives on the moon that looks down at all of us, and she's very powerful and very nice. And she looks over people like me.
Mr. Daddy says ain't nobody live up there.
Well, agree to disagree then, perhaps. But maybe your father leans towards another god or goddess.
If you say so. Well, let's go this way, okay, mister? And they start dragging you along again to get you to keep moving toward what appears to be something of a village up ahead.
Excellent.
OBS here for a minute.
Oops. Whoa.
I gotta zoom out now.
Whoop.
Ooh.
Okay.
Rather than there is a well in the middle of town. This building over here actually has like a front porch on it. But I got lazy and stole an image from the internet rather than making one of my own. So,
Which
If you-
house, by the way? That ping was on a different layer.
oh, I'm on the wrong layer, am I? Don't you hate it when that happens?
There you go.
So there is a well in the middle of town. That particular structure sort of has a front porch on it and a railing around the front porch. And out in front of the railing, there is a small campfire set up with a spit sort of structure over it with a cauldron hanging down low close to the fire. There is a woman whose back is to you with a table next to that cauldron, and attached to that table is a wooden structure that has horizontal bars from which a multitude of dipped candles are hanging. And at the moment you see her, she is currently dipping a 2-wick candle situation, or, 1 wick, 2 candles situation into the cauldron and back up and waiting a moment. And then she dips it in there again and holds it up and waits a moment. And she's clearly making candles. Hanging from the railing on that porch is a sign that reads "Orts and all sorts." And she hears the children and their yammering approach from behind her. And she turns around. Wait, let me make sure I've given you all the descriptions. Arrive, middle of town, orts and all sorts. Next to that sign for a middle-aged woman, leaning over a table with a fire pit, cauldron, blah, blah, blah. Here's your approach. Sure, here's you approach and turns to see you. Her face registers a little bit of surprise, and then she just starts talking as she walks inside the building. She is gesturing with clear expectation that you are following her. And when she starts speaking, it sounds like this. Well, howdy there, strangers. Have I got, oh, my goodness. Well, I have just what you need now. Hold on, let's fall in here. And she walks into the building and she's still talking. Now, hold on. Where did I put that box? Where is that box now? Let me see. Oh, here it is. See, here it is right here. Now, I know you must be needing one of these things. Now, it's 3 gold pieces. The Flaherty boys, they brought them back for me a couple months ago from Draycott. This here, look here, mister, look right here. And she's pointing into her palm and looking at Elwarin's face. Look here, sir. Look right here. See this right here? This is called a compass.
Oh.
And it'll help you find your way whenever you get lost like you done did today. See, now look right here. See this pin? This little pin, it will always point north. So you'll be able to find your way so you don't get lost like you done did today. Now that's 3 gold pieces, mind you. And once we do that, well, I'll take you outside and we'll help you get oriented and get you back on your way to wherever it was you was trying to go. See, look, if you hold it in your hand, sir, just put this in your hand here, sir.
I reach out to take it.
And if you just turn around and keep looking at this pin here, just spin around like you're dancing, sir, just like a dance, just
And he
turn
starts
around.
spinning around and looking at it. Having never handled a compass before, he's like, "Oh, okay, all right."
See, it's pointing north. Always points north. No matter what you do, you could stand on your head and it will still be pointing north. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that would be incredibly useful. You said this is how much? Like
3 gold pieces,
genuinely
sir.
taken aback by having been introduced to it. That's not my money. I was not gonna spend money on it that is not mine. You said it's 3 gold.
It's 3 gold pieces, sir. Now, you only just need the one, unless you people want to, traverse in different directions, then you'll need more than one. But if you travel as a small group and keep in touch with one another, you really only just need the one. And I do only have 2 others in the box.
Foggy pulls out 3 gold and offers it to her.
Well, this is just lovely. Now, do you need food or anything to replenish your? I'm sure you've been lost for a day or so.
Lost is
Right.
a strong word.
Yeah, I was gonna look to Dusk and see. I wouldn't really call us lost.
We're wandering, maybe. Taking wherever our fate guides us.
You motherfucker. That is me, not Foggy. That is me, you motherfucker.
You might say we're wanderers
Sorry.
of fate.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I don't think I understand. You're telling me that you is out traveling without a destination in mind?
We have a vague destination further north of here. We took a shortcut, not looking for roads. We can handle ourselves most of the time.
I see. Well,
There we go.
generally, sir, people do not find themselves here with us unless they done got themselves lost. Are you
So,
sure you aren't lost?
I mean,
You just kind of.
we could always use a point in the right direction.
It's a great
And
gift.
this
Of
seems...
course. Were you trying to get to Dracot? I
her
can
way
direct
downtown.
you.
No, we just came from Jacob. We're heading north to the mountains at Huntingsbane.
Oh, are you looking for the mines?
The mines? I don't know if we're looking for mines, but something that it looks like mines, I think, or has been described to us as mines. Why are there mines up in those mountains?
There are some mines up in the mountains. That's where the oldest James boys. Now they go up there to try and find themselves wives.
They go up there to find wives in a mine?
Well, it's either that or Dracot.
Is there something about
Troll
reproduction
is.
of certain species I don't understand?
I'm sorry. What was your question, sir?
It's like, is there certain things, aspects of reproduction? Oh, these are all big words for Dusk. But I don't understand. Does certain species go mining for reproductive partners?
Well, no, sir. But when one is in a small community like ours, one must go elsewhere to find options.
Well, I understand. Coming from a village myself, larger than this, of course. But so they go looking yonder, and these fellows. Have you seen them recently?
The James boys?
When's the
Well,
last time
I
you
mean,
saw these James boys?
well, three of the James boys is adults. 2 of them have come home, and they and their new wives have set up shop. They have children of their own now, and their youngest brother, he's still up at the mines trying to get himself a wife.
Okay, all right. Well, do you know where these mines are?
Well, I personally don't, but I'm sure the Flaherty brothers they could direct you.
We would be
The Flaherty boys they do all the fetching for the community.
Oh, well, I would greatly appreciate being able to talk to them about this destination. I think it might be very helpful.
well, sure, I'm sure I could manage that. And as this conversation is continuing and you're beginning to get the gist that what you're talking to is the woman in charge of making sure that the community and its communal trade is managed fairly amongst all the families involved, a small girl comes crashing in the side door of her little shop.
Mama, come on quick. You gotta get the men's folk. The Jameses were clearing out the new cabbage patch, and the big Jeb Flaherty, he's starting to chop on a big one tree. The one with the little hidey hole under, that one that looks like it's kind of got a face on it. Anyway, a couple of big branches come crashing in from the woods and just smashed down on Hokey. Oh, Mr. James took him out to the Batten's place for healing, and Chibnam is things in trouble, Mama. Somebody's got to do something right about these trees, Mama. Mama, come quick. And she just starts dancing. Mama.
Foggy like cracks his knuckles and like hops up and down on his feet a little bit, like clearly prepping for a bit of having to do some kind of physical work. Are we doing this?
Oh,
Might as well.
sounds like another day.
Lead the way, kid.
Lead the way.
Well, where are we, Elspeth? Elspeth, now you just settle. You tell me what happened. A tree branch fell on Holky?
Oh, Mama, no, it did not fail. It hit. It hit, Mama, and then it kind of flung him.
That
I'm
sounds
sorry.
like for us. We'll handle this.
Wait. I missed all of that. Is the flute that's playing my mama?
There be trees alive in them thar woods.
So what the rest of our players are just probably not realizing is that one of our players is realizing that Miss Whitney's daughter Elspeth is being played by Miss Ashley West's mother, Tina.
Hello, all.
I was aware.
You told us that there was somebody playing an NPC today.
Yep.
That's why the Maev account is in Discord.
I was gonna say, that does not sound like my
No,
No.
definitely not.
Not quite.
Right.
So Snaps was totally flabbergasted by all the wildly gesticulating Elspeth and missed the whole in conversation.
But I caught the name Elspeth, and I know that name. But yeah, other
You
than that,
do?
isn't that a name that we have heard? Isn't that like one of the little girls?
Oh, I don't know. Let me check. I hope
So,
not.
that's somebody.
Well, two people in the world can be named the same thing.
I do not believe there has been any Elspeth. Oh, I think there might be an Elspeth in the Women of Dracot.
Ah, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Sounds very familiar. Okay.
Yeah, I think the oldest woman in the Women of Dracot is also an Elspeth.
Okay.
Small world.
All right, all of the names that come off the top of my head seem to start with E or J. When I fail to prepare a name, it's going to start with an E. It always does. I don't know why.
You have a lot of options. All right. Right. Oh, living trees. All part of the business. We can help here.
Well, all right. If you folks think you'd be safe and all, I'm gonna head down and find Mr. Johnson, and get him to gather. Maybe Mr. Patterns and I guess the Rail Wars. They might be able to help. We'll be. I'll go get some more men folk to meet you up out there at the Cabbage Patch.
Right.
Appreciate you.
And you follow this little girl out the side door of the shop.
This way.
She leads you out to James's farm.
Gotta zoom in
You
slightly
may
here.
rearrange your tokens in whatever order of approach you might expect that you would have charged following this little girl who, as soon as you get to the edge, wigs out and runs away.
Can
Oh,
I
I'm
ask
sure.
if the town was receiving me, so to speak?
Or
Say the question again.
How were the town folk receiving a dragonborn?
The children didn't seem bothered by you. The lady named Whitney, who never really introduced herself, she didn't seem
Okay, no,
disturbed in any way. Yeah.
that might have affected where I was compared to everybody else. If
Ah.
I am totally cool with this order if someone wants to jump around and shift with me. I
Uh,
wouldn't
Yeah.
really mind.
I would.
That works for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just in case someone wants to. Okay, cool. Figured I'd double check, and I'm cool with Maya being at the front.
and I apologize, we are all getting over colds, so there might be a lot of coughing on it.
It's all good.
Well, I've been blowing my nose like a wild woman, so we're all in the same boat here. Okay, so as you are chasing this little girl across fields and
The name Espeth
over
has
to
been
the
removed
vegetable
from chat,
patches
FYI.
and approaching what is clearly mayhem on the road or mayhem in the field, does anyone want to do a history or arcana check to see what you know about trees and what you've heard from this little girl?
I would like to.
I would roll.
Rasa got a 17 in history,
You say that or nature
arcana.
or arcana? Oh,
Yeah, any one of them. You tell me which one you rolled, and I'll tell you what it gives you.
17 in history.
Snap's got an 18 history.
11 history.
Okay,
Are
I
you
think
my
we're good.
mother? I just noticed that in the chat. That's adorable.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Sorry about that. You said nature or history?
Yeah.
Sorry, my recording broke for a second.
History.
Ooh. Pulling up stats. And it's Arcana History, Nature. What is it again?
Yeah. Whatever, any one of those three, whatever you want to use.
Oh, good. I
see if
called
you-
out 3 stats that are all +0, 14.
Okay. Everybody got better than a 12, yes?
I chose Arcana just to see if anything. Oh, it was 11. It was.
Okay. So we'll start with the 11 in Arcana. You're sure you've heard something somewhere along the line about a thing that some magical folks can do that allows them to like take a bush or a tree and wake it up, make it get up and do stuff, and they're kind of in control of it, sort of, or at least can give it orders, and it generally tries to follow the orders. You've
Got
heard
it.
about that, but you're not real sure. You don't have a real clear recollection of how that works or whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just something you'd heard about. Those of you who used a nature check or a history check may have been poking around in those books that you all just recently bought while you were walking. And I think you bought those books this morning, so you may have browsed them a little bit as you were walking along and may have run into, or maybe you learned when you were younger and are just now remembering that sometimes in nature, a tree, given that it is existing in a place imbued with naturally occurring magic, sometimes a spark will happen and it will not only develop as a mature and beautiful tree, but over time also might develop further into sort of a guardian of the forest in which it grew. And sometimes they literally pull up out of the ground and walk around to defend the places where they grew. They may are generally very, very large, And as you round the house, come round the building and start seeing the vegetable patch and the mayhem in front of you, you realize, yep, that's what those two big things are. Those are Etten. That's what
Hmm.
those are. And did anyone roll better than an 18? 18 or better?
Snaps did.
I got an 8.
Snaps is also aware that sometimes certain kinds of fungus who travel very slowly on their own will attach themselves to the foot/root of an Etten. Not Etten, I'm sorry. Ent. Treant. They will attach themselves to the foot/root portion of a treant and be able to travel around more freely than just what their little tentacles will allow them to move. So it's not uncommon if you're going to run into a treant that you may also run into these violet fungus.
Okie dokie.
All these kids now.
And it was an 18 that you rolled?
Yeah.
You might also have some vague recollection that those violet fungus, I think, might be poisonous in some way.
So as we're jogging and following this child, just kind of, if this is what I think it is, if you guys see any purple fungusy things at their feet, be careful. It's poison or something along those lines.
Yeah.
To the
Watch
gang.
out for poison. There will be poison. Alrighty, so you round the bend and you see a carrot patch and a strawberry patch and a blueberry patch, and I don't know, those look like some sort of red peppers, orange peppers, green peppers, I don't know, some peppers. There's clearly some food production going on here, and what the hell? And in that moment, one of them, this one, will
More than one.
slam a branch down on top of this half-orc right here. And he stumbles and is scooped up by the branch that Dun did smash him on the head and flung to about here and lands in an unconscious heap on the ground.
Oh shit.
Big ol' half-orc. And the little girl screams, Jeb! At least I think it was Jeb. Was it Jeb?
It was Jeb.
It was
Oh.
Jeb. And then she runs away because that's scary.
Yeah.
And then she who is in charge of the treants, before the other people get to act, this treant down here, and you see me pinging, is going to do its 2 slam attacks, one on each of these commoners.
Okay. Yeah. First one. Ah, wrong dice. Nope. It's just
Getting my dice ready. Jeez, I got all my dice
one
ready.
is a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And that is a Oh, I missed my box. And that does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 points of damage.
And he promptly falls unconscious and is swept over to about here. And then with its other branch, it smacks the red guy.
And that is even more to hit, and that is 12, 18, and 5 is 23 damage.
Him also totally out cold. Ends about right.
Bling!
Now we should roll for initiative. I would like us to try and use the.
Okay.
So I'm
would l-
clicking run encounter, right?
Roll
And
with
it
initiative.
filled in Rasa's. That was good. Dina, if you would roll Maya's initiative roll, that
Nope,
would be
I got
great.
it. I got it. I got it.
Oh,
You just
okay,
roll it
cool.
twice and she takes the higher one and she drops it. So Will gets advantage on his initiative.
Okay.
So he just rolled it twice, so the first time he shows up, he'll go. And then he won't go the second time, if that makes sense. Because we don't know how to do it at advantage otherwise. Oh, there is an advantage.
Click and hold,
Or right click it.
or right click, and you can do advantage
It's
slash
too late.
disadvantage.
Will you tell me what you rolled and I will fix it?
I rolled a 5,
Okay, because that's what's in there.
which was worse than the 2 physical dice I rolled. So, but
Okay.
that was also bad. So it's
Oh,
like I'm rolling like
And
crap.
the 3 NPCs are all unconscious, so we don't need
Open it
to
up.
deal with that.
Open it up.
All right. So do I have everybody now? Dusk, Elowarin, Rasa, Mayev, Snap,
Clerics in
and
the
some
room.
monsters. Starting. Here we go. Rasa, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Can you go back to me, please? I'm gonna take out my circlet of blasting and scorching ray their butts.
Are you far enough?
Yes, it's 120 feet.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're going to hop over the little fence to get around the side of Mayev.
Yeah, technically, I can.
Something
I
like
mean,
that.
Sure, that'll be 10 of my 40 feet. But the first one, I guess, will go towards Pinky on the top.
Okay.
Ooh, that sucked. That one probably misses because that was a 7.
Yes, it misses. Is Scorching Ray fire?
Yes, it is.
But it misses.
Second one is a 19 plus 3 for a 21.
That hits.
No, it's still the top one.
Still top one.
Yeah.
Let me raise you. Yeah.
9 points of fire damage. I get trace.
Oh, 3 raise. Yep,
Mhm.
3 raise.
And then the last one will go towards Mr. Purple on the bottom. And that's a nat 20.
Ooh. Okay, how much damage was it?
So the top one took 9 points of fire damage. And the bottom one is taking 14 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'm not getting the. Oh, there they are.
15, 20, 25.
And you're able to track your
Ah.
hit points there, Dina.
30,
Hang on.
40. I
No.
think.
It was 130, whatever the first number is, minus 28 is what you were trying to do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bonus action.
Are you doing it or am I doing it?
I'm doing it.
Okay, I'm going to be quiet.
And then
Hey.
if possible, I would like to take my bonus action to hide among the cabbage. I think it's cabbage.
Well, there is no cabbage yet. We were clearing a field to plant it. So
there's
you
really-
can hide in and amongst, where are you?
about
Lettuce.
sort of
You are in
behind the
the lettuce
scarecrow?
bit. Behind the scarecrow amongst the lettuce. Yes, that's you.
That works.
You're hiding. You're
Yes.
a rogue,
I would-
yeah?
Yes, and
Do you automatically hide, or do we have to do a stealth check? I cannot remember.
Go to the reference thing.
what reference thing? Oh, this thingy?
Yeah.
I think you can hide as a bonus action.
Yeah,
as
but
an
I
action.
don't recall if it's bonus action hide and you are now hidden, or bonus action hide gives you an opportunity for a stealth check. I can never remember how we handle it.
I think I usually
the
just let her hide if she's going to use her bonus action.
And try to when you try to hide, make a dexterity stealth check and note the result. Until you are discovered or you stop hiding, that check total is contested by the perception check of any creature that actively searches for signs of your presence.
So if they're not actively looking for her, they're not going to find her.
Well, there was more to it, but she clicked away.
Sorry, I was.
A creature notices you even.
It's a nat 20.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on? Okay. Well,
So
a creature notices you even if it isn't searching unless your stealth check is higher than its passive perception.
There you go.
It's
And you
higher.
should have their passive perception.
I do. It's
Always.
higher.
So
Oh,
that was
cool.
a nat 20 for 29.
Cool. Rasa disappears from the playing field. Actually disappears from all of your view. Just disappears.
Where'd you go? Awesome.
Okay.
I'm a lizard.
That was Rasa's turn.
Alien.
Next is violet funguses.
They're gonna hold their actions as
Okay, cool. Anything gets within range, they will do whatever their action is.
yes.
Next are interesting. My system is calling them something else, but they are the treants. They get to go
Okay.
next.
All right. Well, these people came up and one of them did fire, so
Yep.
they're really mad. So the pink one is gonna throw a rock at Mr. Purple in the lead.
That would be Maiev Boulder Sorrow.
Maiev Boulder Sorrow.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
How
I'm
many
look-
feet?
85.
85. Do you have the
85
range?
feet. They're gonna this one is gonna move here.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Hey, Mama, can you do me
your-
a favor? For the purposes of
Here.
handling this. Never mind, you're smart. You already did it.
Dina, if you draw a square around all three pups before you move them, they will move as a group.
Cool.
And so
Like
a rock is up
this.
from the ground and thrown at Maiev.
Okay. And that is 12 to hit.
No.
And they're gonna throw another rock, and it is 26 to hit.
That one will hit.
All right. Give me a second. Math.
Ooh, I did not give you enough dice for that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I
Do.
can make that space clear. This will be fine. If anything, we do this.
38 points of damage.
Oof. What type? Bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning, yes.
Okay. Damage taken. Yikes.
And then
Don't get
the
hit by
purple
that,
tree.
people.
And then the purple tree. Give me a second. Draw a square. There we go. And this one will throw a rock at the next person in line, which I think is Dusk.
Nope,
Nope,
that would
that's
be
Foggy.
Foggy.
That's Foggy. I get Foggy and Dusk mixed together because they sound similar in my head. Gonna throw a rock. And that is 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Here it
Boy.
comes. Oh. Ooh. And 36 points of damage.
Shit. Okay.
And gonna throw a rock at the kitty cat. Yes.
No. Jail's for mother. Jail for mother for 1,000 years.
23 to hit.
Son of a
Is it-
bitch. I gave her good dice. I'm so sorry.
Why have you forsaken us?
Isn't there some dope monk shit you can do? It's like
Dope monk shit.
Yes, let me attempt to deflect missiles a boulder that's probably the size of my torso.
I mean, that's
Possible.
badass. That sounds badass.
You know what? Yeah. While you're rolling to hit and damage, I'm gonna remind myself how deflect missiles works.
However it works, it's 31 points of damage.
Okay.
That was directed at snaps. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. This is
I
not going
took-
as I
36. I can use my reaction to reduce the damage I take by 1d10 plus 7. If I reduce it to 0, I can spend a key point to throw it back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna attempt that. I'm not gonna reduce it to 0, but this can prevent some of that damage. So I will essentially heal for the amount I roll on this dice plus 7, which is an 8. 7 and 8 is 15 if I can do math.
Yes.
Okay, that helped.
I'm so glad I went poof.
Me too.
Sure,
All right.
it's not bad.
Treants are done, correct?
Yes.
Augie, what are you going to do?
Take a wild guess what I'm doing with my bonus action.
I don't know.
Will rage.
I would like to rage. That was probably loud as hell in the recording. Sorry, future sis. As part of my movement, I will activate the boots. Yeah. Dazzling display. My movement speed doubles. Yes. Yes. I might not actually need to, though. I have a movement speed of 40 feet. Sorry, I haven't done it in a while. I would have to. And so I'm going to land right there. Not there. Is that cool, Mama?
Yep,
Fly directly over the bastard's head in an arc and land there.
sure. Yep, I'll allow it. 'Cause you very rarely get to use them. Stupid.
I do so rarely get to fly. And flight, especially this limited burst type of flight, is rad. So we're going to do it. We are then going to attack twice. Punchy the man twice. Oh wait, do I have 2 levels? I have 2 levels of barbarian. No, where is it? Features and traits. Just double and triple checking that I have this. Yes! Reckless!
Mhm.
I have a question.
I have an
My
answer.
fungus's held actions.
What is their reach?
10 feet.
They couldn't have reached him. He was having to fly 15 up to get over
Yeah.
the tree end. Oh, but
Okay.
did he land 10 feet away?
No.
Okay.
Not intentionally did I space that so perfectly. I specifically I wanted to make flanking easier for when my Ev runs up. Okay, but reckless. Oh, I should put a marker on myself for the fact that I'm going reckless, huh? Reckless. First attack. $22 to hit.
That hits.
5, 6, 7. I believe that is 9. 9 points of bludgeoning damage on the first.
Okay.
Second attack, natural 20. Holy fucking shit!
Yay, natural 20!
Not just natural 20. I rolled a natural 20 at advantage, and I just got 2 natural 20s.
Oh,
So it was wasted.
Supernatural 20.
Okay, cool. So that's 2d6 instead of 1. Ooh, a 5 and a 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of bludgeoning damage on the second.
Got it.
And
Uh,
I would like to tell our monk that you feel when you punch into this essentially tree.
I'm
Uh,
punching wood. It's not as effective as it could be.
You're punching wood. You're hurting your knuckle a little bit, and it does kind of give a little bit, but it's pretty much wood.
My bark is worse than my bite.
Okay. Good.
She's
Yes.
been planning that joke all day.
Your
Oh,
fists
I'm sure.
your hands don't count as magical weapons yet.
Nope, I do not have enough levels in monk. Let me double check that. Nope. I
Yeah, I
do
forgot
not
you.
count as magical weapon yet. It's fine. I will simply instead lean on the bolts. The ranged radiant damage for the rest of this fight. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my Ev though. But
Bonk.
we'll see. So that's the end of Foggy's turn.
Maev, I believe, travels with a giant axe, not a hammer.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there's a chance that slashing isn't resisted here. Okay, cool. Yes, no, you're correct. Yes,
Alrighty.
she uses great axe.
So Foggy's all done. It
Yes.
is Maev's turn.
Oh, good. Hey, take a wild guess what I'm doing with her bonus action.
I don't know.
I would like to
I didn't half that damage. Whoops, I missed.
We weren't raging yet.
No, she forgot that she was resistant to your punch.
Oh.
How many total damages did you do?
The second was 13,
And
the first was
less?
9.
Okay.
So
you
it's...
did 5 and 7?
Yes.
Okay.
You are welcome. You are lucky. That all returned to my brain. Okay, so, raging. Hey, also, mark that you're raging. We do that with fist. We do that with fist. Okay. Raging. Movement speed of 40 feet. 10. Fucking shit. Okay.
Are you all done?
No, can I change the order of operations here slightly, having not done that measuring distance first?
Okay.
I would like to first, before I rage, I would like to use my action to do a thing that Maev doesn't do often, but in this moment, I feel as though it is a good plan. She takes the great axe and starts running with it in both hands, but then transfers it to the left hand. And then, I'm not gonna flavor Maev's firebolt for her, but, firebolt at the tree.
I didn't even know Maev had a firebolt. Go for it.
She has 1 level of sorcerer, and, mostly took it for flavor, but in this moment, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Alrighty.
Tastes
Oh.
like fire.
The modifier on it is terrible!
Yeah, because charisma.
18?
That hits.
Oh, thank goodness! Okay, so this is gonna do 2d10. Ooh, 12 points of fire damage.
Woo. Maev might not be raging, but man, that tree looks mad.
Well, now she is. As I will
Now she's
end
raging.
my
Rawr,
turn
rawr,
by
rawr, rawr,
raging.
rawr.
Because you can't
Maiev
cast
said-
spells while raging, so I had to do that a little bit differently.
Alrighty. So Maev, her eyes get all smoky and she lets out a wail of anger.
I do it, but it's kind of late in the day and I don't want to actually yell.
Hey, Snaps, what are you going to do?
freak out for just a half a second, and then run forward.
While she's freaking out, I'm gonna
10,
pieces.
15, 20, 25 feet. This dude's a half orc. Does he look like he's stirring at all from getting down, or is he completely out?
He is completely unconscious.
All right. I'm going to can I, as my action, dump a potion down his throat?
Sure.
Okay. I just have one. Well, I have more than one, but I only have normal potions of healing. So I'm going to uncork one of those bad boys. Oh, terrible. He's going to get 4 points of healing. And then I am going to look at this dude over here. He's 25 feet away. As a bonus action, I am going to... This can be a bonus action. Hold on. Yes. Cantrip, Spare the Dying, which is verbal and somatic, 30-foot range. He becomes stable, so he's not dying, but he's not up. And I'm going to look at the orc and just growl at him. Get your friends out of here. And that is my turn.
Ooh, sorry, how much HP does he now have?
4 points.
4. Okay.
I rolled 2 ones.
Sounds great. All right. So you've run up, you fed a healing potion to a buddy, which is technically your action. Is there anything else?
For my bonus
Action?
for my bonus action, I did Spare the Dying on the red guy.
Ah, okay.
So he's not up, but he's not dying anymore. He's stable.
Cool. Alrighty. This half-orc blathers something about gratitude and watch out for the branches. And I will add him to give momentarily. At the end of your turn?
Yep.
Dusk, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to
He's running back over. He had to grab a napkin.
spill coffee on myself. All right. Dusk is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. Straddling the fence posts, he's going to pick up his, or reach down, and touch his, what's this mark for? His little symbol that he carved in. He's going to say a prayer to the Moon Maiden, and he's going to use his action to cast not cast, but trigger his Twilight Sanctuary.
Ooh,
Seems like we need that.
that is valid.
I don't know if everyone can see it.
Currently, no.
Nope.
It was not the best color I think you could have chosen.
Nope, it was not. I'll go back to blue.
But also, it is not currently being shown to.
She has to allow it to be
But
seen. I
yeah,
think.
you have to go and change the setting for the token aura so everyone can see it.
See. That
We
work?
can see it.
Yep.
Ooh,
Alright.
ooh.
The modifier.
It is a d6 plus 7
Good.
at the end of your
Yep.
on your turn. Just remember d6 plus 7.
End of turn.
This also goes for the NPCs that are. I don't know if they have to be conscious or not. Whenever you're in the turn in the sphere. So, all right. And as a bonus action, he is going to.
Laugh a heel on snap.
Gonna say how do I have cure wounds? One of those clerics that doesn't have heals. Except for in a pinch.
I don't know. Your Twilight's pretty damn.
Yeah, so I figured Twilight Sanctuary and stuff for it. I'm going to not do. What is that? I had a plan and I literally changed my mind at the last second. Oh, it's not concentration or spiritual weapon.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, spiritual weapon?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast as a bonus 60 feet away is I can do. I'll do the one. I'll put it next to Foggy on the other side, and I'll put it. Can't ping. Hold on. I'll put it right here, and it will.
Oh, you don't.
Not yet. And then, as part of
What level are
casting,
you casting it at?
I'm going to cast it at. Don't want to do. I'll do it at the basic second level. I don't want to burn too many third spell slots. So and then I'll attack with a 17.
That hits.
Okay. It's going to do 9 force damage.
Force damage.
Right, force damage.
Got it.
This replica of my mace appears next to it. Wails on it. Boom. And that will be it after I roll my d6 to see how much temporary health points I get, which is 11. And that'll be it.
Alrighty, and how many HP or what is the Twilight Sanctuary do? And did you include the commoners?
He included the commoners, yes,
Oh, yeah.
and they get 1d6 plus 7 at the end of their turns.
Yeah, if they end their
Temporary.
turn in the sphere, which right now it's just a dome, basically. If they end their turn in the sphere, they can roll the d6, or they can end a condition of frightened or
Charmed,
And
I think.
that
charmed.
applies to an unconscious person as your Twilight
It
hits them
doesn't
on their turn.
say anything about the recipient. It's because technically,
Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant that creature one of these benefits.
right.
He is granting the benefits, they are not choosing them per se.
Right. So basically, as long as they're in the sphere at the end of their turn, as long as I'm not incapacitated, they get the benefit.
Okay, and so it's a 1d6 plus what?
7.
Plus 7. Yep.
7 plus. This dude is now away. He'll stand up on his turn with 11 hit points, and this dude now has a few more hit points, and is going to charge. And pick this dude up. I'm not going to roll for. That's the his movement.
Get in the
He's gonna shout to this guy and tell him to run, so he will do that. 30 because he ain't got spot.
Fantastic.
Okay, so he's fireman carrying this buddy of his, and they're gonna dash out away with the rest of his movement. With his dash action, because I'm not gonna use up his pick up a buddy. Just because they're in P5. So they're making a dash to start as instructed. That happened. And we are back at the top. Rasa, what are you going to do?
I'm going to peer out around the back of the scarecrow, and I'm going to swing, or throw, not swing. It's been a day. A psychic blade at purple dude at the bottom there. And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
And because I was hidden, I get sneak attack. Oh, man. 12. 29 points of psychic damage.
That's funny. I don't even have a brain and it hurts. 29, you said?
29 points, yes, of psychic damage.
There we go.
And then let me just do some.
Not a brain.
It's just made of wood.
Okay, so we're going to do 25 to get to there. And I am going to swing with my Goblin Slayer sword. Would I have advantage with Foggy being on the other side?
Yes, you have flanking.
Same roll. 19 to hit.
It hits.
And that's a whopping 2 slashing damage. Or piercing, I'm sorry. Ignore that. Although that's better than what I rolled. 2 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then that was 25 feet, 30, 35, 40, and I have the mobile feat, so there is no attack of opportunity.
Doki.
There's
From
no
the-
attack of opportunity, but you came in range of my funguses.
Oh boy.
And the fungi
They
were holding their action.
They
still,
were.
Or has their turn happened? Yeah, they were.
Their turn has not happened.
Okay.
That space is where you ended
So-
up in, so.
Hang on, gotta roll a thing.
I take it that happens before I move then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, not a problem.
All right. It does. Hang on. It makes the top one, orange one, makes 4 attacks.
Oh crap!
That was a bad move by Rasa.
Oh, that's not a D20.
You're at
Okay. Hang on just a second.
the
The first one is actions. Da-da-da-da.
I'm not sure Snaps would have given Rasa the indication that the fungus, which is poisonous, also has reach. So
Yeah,
Rasa wouldn't have known to avoid it.
Nope, I just said
Yeah.
poison.
The first attack is a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Second attack is a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Hang on. Gotta roll some more. 19 to hit.
That one will hit.
All right, and the other one doesn't hit. So you take. Hang on a moment.
I'm in range for both.
Yep. D4s are so hard. 3 points of necrotic damage from orange purple fungus.
Okie dokie.
And
There's 4 more attacks to go.
no, just one.
Oh, just
From-
one?
Just one from green purple fungus.
They have a random number of attacks on each turn.
That's a nat 20.
Oh.
Uncanny dodge, but sure, go for it.
What does that do? Just
I get to
Uncanny
half,
dodge is half
whatever
oh,
you.
okay.
If yeah, whatever it is, I get to half the damage.
Well, it's 3,
So
and then
one.
you get to reduce that.
Wait, is it 3 before the?
Yes,
Nat
it's
20?
3 before the. It's 3 damage that she gets to reduce.
But you critted, so it's
But,
6
yeah.
damage that she gets
No,
reduced to 3.
it's 3. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oh,
Oh, you rolled 2 dice instead of.
Doubling.
which is what I do.
Got it.
That's you.
So 3, I believe, our rules
And then I
is
will
that
finish with my movement. So that was the 30, 35, and
I'm
40 to
dumb.
come sit next to.
Alrighty.
Do your
Yeah, I'll do my temporary hit points.
please.
The other 2 fungus get to go or hold their action again.
They'll all hold the. Well, oh, so it is now the fungus's turn.
It is now the fungus's turn. Yeah.
Okay. This one is gonna move here and take a whack at
Doggy.
Monk Boy. Hang on. These 4s are so hard to roll. All right. First one is 10 to hit. I assume 10 doesn't hit.
Me? No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Second one is 12 to hit.
Nope.
Third one is a natural 20.
Well, shit.
Hang on. Damage done is
Oh, wait. Hang on. We have Ashley West shouting no in chat. I believe that's you using Grave
No.
Cleric.
I'm too far away, and I'm yelling no because I can't reach you.
Your range is more. It's more than. Oh, is it within 30?
30.
Fuck. Sorry.
Well,
Over
It's okay.
aggressive
These guys
monk.
do D4s in damage, so you'll be
yeah.
all right.
So it's you get to take half of 3 necrotic damage.
I
I don't know
actually
why I
don't
thought they
get
did
to have
poison
that.
damage.
Is it poison? It's necrotic.
Oh, it's all necrotic.
I actually don't get to have that
Oh,
because
I
it's
was
not bludgeoning,
rolling the
piercing, or
wrong
slashing.
things.
Oh?
I was rolling 1d4s instead of 1d8s.
All right, well, fix it on the next turn.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, don't please, actually.
Cool. The other 2 fungus then are going to hold their action in case somebody gets close enough.
Yeah.
Or are they moving?
Nope. They're gonna hold their action.
Cool, cool, cool. That would be a bunch of funguses. Then the trees get to go.
Oh, good.
Okay. The pink tree is really mad at that both of those fire people. The tree is gonna hurl a rock at the dragonborn fire fire person, and that is 19 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
You already used your reaction.
Well, I wasn't the last to use fire, but that's okay.
Yeah, but you used fire.
I've used fire, yes.
Yes, you
Nice.
used fire, and then you hid.
Yes,
So
19
that is, gosh, math. Let's see.
I'll learn.
The trees remember.
31 points of damage,
Okay.
and gonna throw a rock at Barbarian, and that is 16 to hit.
I'm sorry, was that directed at me?
Yes, does
Maiev.
16 hit Maiev?
That is her
16
armor
is her
class.
armor class.
Oh,
Sorry.
let's see.
Roll low.
How do you know that?
She said
Oh.
she's going
16, 20, 25 points of damage to the Maiev.
Bludgeoning.
25 is 24 for 12.
Right. It is bludgeoning.
And I have halved it accordingly.
Cool,
Still
cool.
fucking ouch.
That would be Pink Tree's turn.
Yes. Oh, now Purple Tree gets to go. Oh. Oh, what to do? What to do? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Um. All right. I'm just
I,
gonna do
I
the.
will point out that
Yes.
creature with the axe that was attacking this tree. I can't die. Click. The creature that was attacking this tree with an axe is
Yeah.
right here.
But he's also running away.
Yes, he is. I'm just pointing it out.
And these people did fire.
They did.
Let's see. This purple one will throw a rock at that one that's running away with his buddy.
Okay.
And that one.
Oh yeah. Luckily, does not hit that squishy comment.
I'm gonna try again. Ah! I missed the box. Hang on. 28 to hit.
Oh, that hit.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Let's see. 25 damage.
Oh dear.
He drops his unconscious buddy and flops down on the ground.
Son of a bitch.
All righty. Initiative. That was the tree. And Foggy, what are you gonna do?
Oh boy. Let me confirm some wording on. That's not Foggy. Let me confirm some wording on a magic item. Boots of Forceful Fire. Nope, it still triggers attacks of opportunity. So I'd have to do them in his face. Alright, at disadvantage then. I'm gonna use 2 Radiant Sunbolts in his face.
Okay.
Ooh, that was actually okay. 22 to hit.
That hits.
8 points of radiant damage, because I don't get the +2 for raging on these.
Okay.
Second one. A wasted natural 20. And a dirty 20.
It hits.
7 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna spend a key point. And if I'm not mistaken, that allows me to throw 2 more.
Spending a key point lets you have do flurry of
When you take
blows.
the attack action, you can spend 1 key point to make this. You gain a special ranged attack with a range of 30 feet that uses your dex mod and deals radiant damage, yada yada yada. When you take the attack action, you can spend 1 key point to do this twice as a bonus action.
There you go.
So I will now throw 2 more. At disadvantage still. Ugh. 14 to hit.
Miss.
Fuck. Alright. Another wasted natural 20. These dice are treating me nice, though. 18 to hit.
Hits.
6 points of radiant damage.
Got it.
All in all, that could have gone way worse for 4 attacks at disadvantage. But that's action and bonus action, and I am not moving.
What's my Ev gonna do?
Well, bonus action, I'm going to consume a healing potion. Because that is bonus actions in our games, yes?
Yeah.
Eat it to someone else, it's an action. Eat it yourself, it's a bonus.
Oh, the only healing potions you have on you are standard, Maev. Oh, good! Good. This is great. 2d4 plus 2.
No.
Oh, thank God. 9 points of healing. Oh, joy. Cool, guys! Alright. We have 30 points of health. I'm raging, so I can't cast spells. If I rush in, those fungi are gonna hurt her, and that's damage she won't resist, and she's looking real low.
I don't remember what her inventory is. Does she have hand axes on her hips?
I believe she does. Yes,
Those are-
she owns, it seems at least one.
There you
Yes, she has at least one. I will yeet a hand axe. So yes, I will yeet a hand axe. Yeah, we're just gonna eat a hand axe. Was tempted to reckless, but decided not to. Ooh. Hand axe plus 7. 1,000,000. 24.
That hits.
Alright, let me get all of this crap out of my way. D6 plus 4. Ooh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that's 12? No, 10
Okay.
points of slashing damage specifically.
Okay.
And that includes her 2 for being in a rage.
The plus 2 is only melee damage.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So even though it is a melee weapon, it was thrown. And that is the end of her turn, and now she is going to roll a d6 and add 7.
Yes. Very good. Snaps, what are you going to do?
Okay. I'm gonna move 20 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20. There. And I am going to action channel divinity path to the grave. This guy. The pink treant.
What does that do?
That is going to make him vulnerable to all. Let's see. The next time myself or an ally hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Ooh.
So the next person who hits the pink
Yeah, Rob was smiling.
it is vulnerable to all of that damage.
Yeah.
And then, bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Oh, sure. I can do that.
It's probably not going to do too much, but I'm this tree to kind of harry it in its face.
You have control of it, I believe. Up here.
Do I? Aha. Okay. Yeet. And yeet. Okay, so the spectral flail that looks like a censer pouring incense smoke is going to appear and take a swing at the purple tree.
Purple tree coughs out of reflex.
It's not like smoke, I don't think. All right. And that doesn't hit. It's a 2 plus stuff. Plus 5. So
Nope.
It's just distracting. And then I'm going to take my healing points from the dome. I rolled a 6 plus 7.
7, yes.
Okay, cool. And that is my turn.
Dusk, what are you gonna do?
Let's see. Move up. I'm on the wrong thing. I can't do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Foggy, you can touch it. You got your toe in it. All right, as my action, I'm going to say another prayer to the Moon Maiden, and we're going to bring spirit guardians to life.
Oh no.
We're gonna do. Don't
That's
want to
a
do.
second aura.
Yeah, it's another one.
The
We'll do it
radius
at
on that one.
3rd level.
What's the radius on that one?
This one, whoop, I just had it up. Changed it. I think it's 15 feet.
15 sounds about right.
Yep. There we go. That works.
Ooh,
So
that made a very pretty color.
yeah, that will so I just verified the rule on this. This will trigger on the next start of those two turns, or the first
Gotcha.
time something enters it. Bonus action, I'm gonna attack with my spirit guardian.
Spirit weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Sorry, not guardian. Wrong thing. Oh, but I don't want to attack. I'm gonna move it 20 feet to help. 5, 10, 15, 20 to help attack this one, and I'm going to. I forgot what I just rolled. Yeah, my gosh. Yeah, buckets. I rolled a 9. And I'll do my own. See if I hit my max temporary health. I did not. Still
Nope.
at 1110 hit points. And with that, I'm concentrating as a reminder to myself. And that'll be it.
Did this guy ever finish a turn in the?
He was dragged into it.
But he never finished a
I don't.
turn.
Well, he was part of the same. Is all that? Do they take their turn in the same?
The regular commoners take their turn after the half orc, so he would have been dragged into it by the half orc.
And then he would have ended his. Yeah, so he would have
his
had.
turn, so he would have woke up. Let me see how much. He has 18. So he is up, having fallen on the ground when this dude went unconscious again. So this dude is being unconscious. This dude is going to run back 5, 10, 20. And the two of them are going to grab his wrists and start dragging him away. 20. 30. Ooh, that's their turn. Although this one may very well be peeing. Rasa, what are you going to do?
Rasa has learned her lesson. She's going to stay kind of back, and she's going to swing with a psychic blade at the pink treant, because that one's got the
Razzle dazzle.
razzle dazzle path to the gravy thingy on it.
Baby.
And that is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Yay.
All of the sneak attack
because
damage.
You got a buddy in the neighborhood.
Yay. Okay. What?
Just
28 points of path to the grave psychic damage.
Okay, so
Is-
28
Times 2.
is 56.
28 times 2.
56 points of psychic damage.
That tree is done.
Yay!
It crumples to the ground.
And then
This
Oh,
other
yes.
tree screams.
yeah. As much as I want to swing at it again, I'm gonna sneaky, and I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea.
Alrighty. 1d6 plus 7.
1d6 plus 7 Twilight Healing, and then roll me a hide.
Yeah, hide isn't great. It's a 15.
Well,
Perception is only 13, so unless it's looking for you actively and rolls, it's not going to.
Okay.
Brian's passive is 16.
I see
Nope,
yours.
you're right. It's 13.
Okay.
then
Fun guy. The fun guy who aren't very fun are attached to a dead tree, and the other two are attached to a live tree.
Okay. The orange fungi is gonna try and hit the monk.
No.
Poor Foggy.
4 to hit.
No. Hang on a second. It's gonna be
It gets 4 attacks.
Oh, good. And I don't
16
resist
to
any of
hit.
it.
16 to hit.
That misses! AC 17.
Woohoo! That is its action.
Oh, it only rolled a 1 on its how many
It
I
only
get to
rolled
try.
a 1.
Okay, cool. Now
And
the
the
green
Oh, I
one.
hate
The
these.
green one moves like this. And
at the start of the green turn, first it's got to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
it
yes.
is not wise.
It
It
A
is
decent-
majorly not wise.
DC 14.
Yeah, it fails that.
Okay. Then we are going to roll some damage first.
All right.
It is 3d8.
Do you need D8s?
No, I'm good. It takes 19 radiant damage.
It's dead.
So you see these little fury wisps like flying around like a hailstorm inside this bubble.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm not
I was
sure
gonna
we've
say,
ever
yeah,
seen
mine
Dusk's
little
Guardians.
fury wisps. If you Google fury wisp, is my choice because it's got to be kind of fey looking.
All right. Actually, I'm going to do like that because it would have burst into a cloud of spores and
Ooh, okay.
burst very quickly,
Got a bunch
like
of
the
different
fungus do.
It's kind of a
things. Alright, cool.
Okay, blue fungus.
Ah, yeah, it's the image I
Oh,
found
how
a second
cute
ago.
they are!
I'll do that just so that Ashley knows that that is in fact the image I found.
Oh, that is cute.
I do
They're
like
like
those.
little moonlings, like I don't know.
The blue one's
them.
gonna stay where it is, and the red one's gonna just move to here on the tree and hold its action. They'll both hold their actions.
All righty. Then the tree goes.
All right. It's gonna. Oh, hang on. Da, 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 da. It's gonna move here.
Hold dim light too, for what it's
Like-
worth. So that perception check would be a disadvantage.
Like
So it's got
it's interposing itself.
Yeah.
There. No. There we go. It is interposing itself between
Right.
these people and that big tree. And so the blue one is now in range of the monk. So let's see what it can do. Hang on. All right. So the blue fungus takes too many numbers. falls. That is. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
And does a natural 1 does not hit?
No.
Okay. And find it. Yay. 5 points of necrotic damage.
Cannot resist necrotic, so on it goes.
And then the tree is going to throw a boulder at the barbarian.
Which one? There's 2 on the field. I
The
assume you
monk
mean the one that is
Barbarian
not a
and a
monk.
regular barbarian.
It's not a regular barbarian.
I assume you mean Maev, the
Yeah,
this
we'll
point.
start with
This one?
Maev.
Okay, cool.
And that is a 22 hit.
That does hit.
All right.
Give me your damage. Give it to me in full and I'll have it myself.
Okay.
Just make everybody's lives easier.
26.
26 halved is 13.
And
10
then,
hit points absorbed most of that.
cool. And then the monk.
Okay. I am ready and waiting.
And 28 to hit.
That hits.
Six, 23, 31 points of bludgeoning to the monk.
31 is 30 for 15. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to use my reaction to try and deflect missiles this. Hold on. Hold on. So I'm raging so that resists down to 15. Hold the fuck on. Oh my god! I drop it to 0.
Yay!
And now you get to throw the boulder back?
So
Now?
Foggy, because yes, I'm going to. Foggy literally sees the boulder coming this time, and like moves back ever so slightly to jump and just drop kick the boulder.
That's a recipe for a broken toe.
100%
not.
yes. Oh wait, no, yeah,
not
because
with your boots.
my fucking boots have metal toes and heels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So now I get to spend 1 key point, which I just did, and make a ranged attack as a monk weapon with which I am proficient.
I will laugh.
With a range of 20 to 60.
Oh.
I would
It's
like
within
to
20 feet.
offer you, Gregory, I would
Yes?
like to offer you as your DM either a point of inspiration for choosing to involve the boots or advantage for using the boots.
Oh, I will gladly take advantage. Thank you.
Mhm.
In this moment. Okay, so the damage is reduced by that. If it doesn't give me damage on it. The function does not give me damage.
Tell me what it says about deflection.
Oh, technically I shouldn't be able to. How big is this missile? How big is this boulder, Mama? Because I need you to define that. Or will you allow me to break the wording? Because the wording is if
does
it is
it
small
say
enough for
boulder
me
or
to.
does it say rock? Let me look.
Yeah.
It is a rock, not a
It is
boulder.
a rock.
So I
Okay.
would say smaller than a basketball.
Okay, then yes, this will still work. Okay, cool. So, if it is small enough for you to hold in one hand and you have at least one hand free, you can catch it. We're using visual flavor. If you catch a missile in this way, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack with the weapon or piece of ammunition you just caught. Oh, so I would get to use its damage?
So it would be a plus 10 to hit and do 4d10 plus 6 damage.
Okay. So let me use my advantage to throw this shit back. 12. You said plus 10 to hit?
Yeah.
So 22 to hit.
That hits.
And how many d10?
4.
4. Okay, I need to get 2d10 out of my bag here.
And I'm sorry, Captain Kirk throwing a rock is like so perfect.
D10. Where's my other D10 in that set? There it is. Yeah. Hell yes. I am glad we are recording this, baby. Okay. Holy shit, this is good too. This damage is good too. 8 and 8 and 8 and 8 is 16 plus 10 is 26 plus something? Or
Plus
is it
6.
just okay, so plus 6 and then so that means it's actually plus 8 because I would also add my plus 2. So
32, so total of 34.
34 points of whatever type of damage that the rock does, which I believe is
Bludgeoning, so
bludgeoning.
she gets to cut it in half.
Damn it!
I am unable to click myself.
Oh no!
Click off and click back on.
All right, hang on. Nope, it's letting me move, but not letting me access my hit points.
Okay, what are we doing? We're subtracting 16. 36 in half is 8. There you go. I already adjusted her hit points, but he's coming to poke around and see if he can help you.
See if we can figure out why you can't see your hit points on stuff.
Yeah, I can move it, but I can't. There it goes.
There it goes.
All right.
But I already did it, so don't do it again.
Okay.
Alrighty. So that was the Treant's turn. He's all done now, right? That
Mhm.
was 2. That was 2 rocks. One at Maiev, one at Foggy.
Yes.
Cool. So then we'll give Gregory a minute to get back upstairs because it's Foggy's turn next.
Oh goody! It is my turn next. Is that what I heard through my headphones?
Yes.
Okay. Well, having just slammed his back and body onto the ground from having just landed the drop kick, he is going to just scramble back up onto his feet and just throw 2 sunbolts at the tree.
Okay.
Sorry, catching my breath. Sprinted back up the stairs like a fool.
I would like you to count that activity as a use of the boots for the day.
Oh, of course. I will totally allow that. The boots are burned up for the day. That is totally fair. Okay, so first firebolt, or sunbolt, rather. Plus 5. 18 to hit.
That hits.
8 points of radiant damage. Second bolt. 22 to hit.
That hits.
6 points of radiant damage.
Got it.
I'm spending a key point. I'm throwing 2 more.
Foggy is not fucking around with these trees.
Nope. Throwing projectiles. 21 to hit.
That hits.
5 points of radiant damage.
Uh-huh.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh. Got all of them off. 5 points of radiant damage.
All right.
That's the end of my turn. I'm going to take a d6 plus 7. Unless you will not allow me to get it with only having a toe in the field, Mama.
Nope, towing is all you need.
Okay.
You're whittling him down.
12.
Then it will be Maev's turn.
Okay. Maev's hand axe is currently embedded in the currently dead tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to move 15 feet here. Whoops.
Did you do your Twilight Sanctuary on Foggy?
Yes,
Okay,
I did, and I have 12 hit. I have 12 temporary hit points on it now.
That's fair.
Maev walks up to this corpse of a tree, and rips the axe out and hucks it at the other tree.
Because she's mad.
Indeed. Ah! 11. 18 to hit.
That hits.
10 points of slashing damage.
Oh my.
Doing things. And then, you know what? Screw it. Second attack of the attack action. Hang on, how many did I move? 15? Yeah, I can go like I can specifically take that path. Do that. Oh wait, no, I'm still gonna be into fuck 'em. Go there. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna end up taking 2 hits from fungi jerkwads here, but it's fine. Second attack at Dickhead.
At the beautiful, gigantic tree.
At the beautiful, gigantic tree that is probably just defending its home. It's fine. It's fine. They seriously injured people. It's fine. 25
Now-
to hit.
Who injured who first? But
Okay,
yes,
well,
25 hits.
Correct. However, max damage. 12, 14, 16 points of slashing damage from the great axe. That was 16.
Yep, got it.
Cool. And Maev is in the Twilight Sanctuary.
Yep. So she is going to take her temporary hit points. D6 plus 7. 6. 13. Boom.
Alright.
This second
Um.
tree entered. Oh, never mind.
It's Twilight Sanctuary, not the
Yep.
Spirit
Yep.
Guardians.
The blue fungus
Was
reaches
holding
out,
an action. Yep.
was holding an
Oh,
action.
yep. Hang on, let me get rid of these temporary hit points because that would have happened before the temporary hit points hit her.
The blue hit point, or the blue one reaches out and does a 21 hit.
Yes.
1.0 damage. The blue is done. And
1 point of damage.
1
Half
point
is
damage.
no damage.
No, it's
Is-
necrotic is not
Mm.
halved.
Oh, okay.
and oh, we were having them
They should
before.
be doing D8
Yes. They were, but it was still a 1 on the damage die.
now.
Does 12 hit?
No.
And so nothing hits on the orange one.
Cool.
Okay.
He snaps. What are you gonna do?
How is that purple tree looking? Like, really rough or medium rough?
Pretty raw.
That's
Fuck it.
an understatement. It looks fucking rough.
I want to do it.
It is half sawdust.
I want to do it. So,
Do it.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna move 5 feet up, so I'm within 30 feet, and then I'm going to use Zephyr's favorite spell. We're gonna cast Light,
Ooh.
and it's going to be a Constitution saving throw. However, if I target a plant creature, it makes the saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Let's
Light.
see. Well, that was
How calamitous.
well with disadvantage. It's a 1, a natty 1.
Okay.
Oh no.
And as it is a plant creature, the spell deals maximum damage to it, which is 8d8.
Holy shit. Oh, damn.
So that means I don't even have to roll. I just
I
8
think you
times
just
8
take 8
is
times 8, which I believe is 64.
yeah 60.
Well, yeah, it shrivels up and dies.
Okay.
oh, dead.
If you target a plant creature or magical plant, it makes and the spell deals maximum damage. If you target a non-magical plant, it just dies. So yes,
Yep.
you're just going to be taking 8 times 8.
It's dead.
Okay.
It's dead.
I have moved 5 feet, and I am going to engage Kitty Paws and run with my Tabaxi, double my movement in a turn.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go over here.
So that
And
will
I
have been 35 feet of movement.
yeah, I'm gonna I can't really actually hold on. Before I run, I'm going to use my bonus action. I plan these things out, and then when my turn comes, I'm like, what was I doing?
How do I, Brain?
Brain work. Okay, so bonus action, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon 5, 10, and bonk the purple fungus.
Ah.
Bunking on the purple fungus.
Bonk the purple fungus, which is 14 to hit.
That
Totally hit.
totally hits.
Okay, it's going to be 1d8 plus 2.
Hmm.
That is going to be 9 points of force damage to the fungus.
Okay. Which one?
The red one. The red purple fungus.
And you said 9?
9.
9. Okay.
And then I'm going to engage Kitty Paws and run over here. I can't really do anything else, but I am prepared to help the guy next turn.
Dust. What are you gonna do? You got a lot of sawdust laying around, couple of fungus floating by, sitting there attached to a dead tree.
I've seen how these things behave. I don't want to get too close. So, but I'll rotate up here so that those things are affected. Those 2 ones, I'm gonna do bonus action first to attack these little fungus pod here. There's a 13 hit.
A 13 does. They're not good at getting out of the way.
Let's see.
They're squishy, spongy fungus.
We're talking 9 force damage.
It is dead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. If for some reason I'm gonna hold an action. I'm gonna hold. Where's my cantrips? I'm gonna hold a sacred flame. That if for some reason one of these survives, my guardian spirits, the first one that seems to survive, I'll cast a sacred flame on it. As a hold that as my readying an action.
Okie dokie.
Rad.
These dudes are going to continue trying to drag the orc off the playing field. Even though you've come to help, Snaps. They don't know that. They're just doing what they've been told to do by you. 5, 10, 50. They're off. Here we go. They're running away. Running,
Can I
running,
do
running.
Just say, wait!
Okay, if you said wait, and Control Z, so stop around there.
A holler of opportunity.
Holler of opportunity.
So that's their turn. They're looking around like, what do you mean, wait? Rasa, what are you going to do?
I'm going to take a swinging Since I was hiding, it doesn't really matter. But I guess I will swing after orange first, but it's going to be with advantage then. Natural 20.
What is
Mhm.
going on?
That die likes me today.
Apparently, what's that?
No, but this one's crappy.
Well, doesn't seem to have a lot of health.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Bless you.
That was a cough, but that's okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
That's 31 points of psychic damage on number 8 or orange.
How much?
It's just nothing but mist.
What?
How much again was that? You said it was crappy?
It was crappy.
Uh-huh.
A crappy
then-
38.
This will be a regular attack.
Regular at purple. It's a 13 plus 6. I need to get it.
Hits.
Give me a minute. I need to get my other die out.
Ugh.
Helps if I get those dice out first. 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And I will have 12 temporary hit points. And that's my turn.
Fungus. What are the fungus gonna do?
He's going to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Both of them are.
There's
Uh,
only
one
one
left.
left alive.
Oh,
And as we said before, they be not wise.
10.
it fails and will take. It'll take 15 radiant damage.
You burned out the infection.
All right.
Well,
And-
there you go. That's what happened. You are no longer in initiative. Act as you see fit.
No longer sneaky.
I'm gonna go over to the orc and cast a cure wounds on him. Half orc.
Look at
He
that.
get- He gets
Go ahead.
he gets 5 points of healing.
Cool. So he'll wake up a little bit bleary and be like, "Oh my goodness, twice in one day. What was that?"
Twice?
Got knocked out twice in one day.
Oh, that, yeah.
That was angry trees.
Anyone
Who?
wants to roll a few more
uh,
times in the Twilight Sanctuary, you can try and hit your.
Yeah,
max.
I'll pull him over to the shiny dome.
Okay.
I'll head over there just to give him a little buffer. And my Spirit Guardians last 10 minutes, so I'll just keep it up for the time being while I scan. Given that little bit of Arcana check, I'm looking. Can I do a look for any maybe somebody in the waiting in the wings of the edge of the forest, or somebody that might have been responsible for bringing these things to life?
Yeah, please do your perception.
I'm gonna guide myself. Actually, I can't guide myself, so never mind. Perception is a 17.
So you're looking around. You're seeing a lot of trees, a lot of downed smaller trees. They were clearly clearing the area to put in more of vegetable patches. That one really, really big tree in the area, it does seem to have a little upside down V-shaped hidey hole underneath it. And it does actually kind of look like it's got the suggestion of a face. Like kind of like you could, if you squint your eyes real good, it
Okay.
could be construed as eyes and a nose, maybe a mouth, but it's really just a suggestion of a face. It's not an actual face yet.
Like Grandmother Willow when she's not talking.
Not even that well defined yet.
Oh Jesus!
It's just a suggestion of a face.
Dusk will mutter to himself. Last time we saw a wooden face Maiev made out with it.
It's a cheap shot for someone who's not here.
Well, especially because
Really
she
is.
wasn't there last time either.
She will get
Oh,
to hear
yeah.
it in the recording
It was
later.
a Jaeger situation when she was. Anyway, Dusk is going to, if we're all good with the bubbles, I'm gonna drop that. Drop all my stuff.
And this Jeb guy, he's going to be totally like beside himself with confusion, and you know, he's been bonked on the head and hit with boulders, and he watched Hulky get smashed into unconsciousness. Just, he's just beside himself and looking at the two clerics in his immediate vicinity, asking, "Who are you, and what the heck are those things?"
Um, those things, those big trees with the faces.
Yeah, the big punkin smashing walking freaking tree.
Well, I don't know about my friend's judgment of the situation, but these things are kind of magical in nature, and either they've been here a long time and someone, you know, turned these trees into what they were, and just wasn't until you started poking around with your axes, maybe that they woke them up. 'Cause there's one, that big one over there, looks like the same one, but even bigger. Which I'm gonna go just take a gander at it, right? Okay? You sit tight.
Limb, as it were.
And he literally just sits on the strawberry bush nearest him, just sort of plops down right on it.
And Snaps will introduce us, and we're Fate's Wanderers. We're just some traveling adventurers. Did they was it when you started trying to chop the big tree that they attacked you?
Well, yeah, I was going to chop down that big tree because, see, they want to build the cabbage patch out there on the end. And where are the James boys? Oh, hey, guys, are you all right? And starts chit-chatting with the other boys. And then turns back to you. Yeah, we were going to chop down all them trees along the edge there so we could, you know, the James family, they wanted to put in a cabbage patch.
Well,
Dust,
the
go up to that big tree. In the meantime,
Trying to remember. I think Snaps got the most information about the tree.
the Ents.
Yeah, the tree ends and how they happen to happen. Think of all of you, she got the best check
yeah.
Yeah,
memory of how maybe this one that kind of has a face but doesn't quite have a face yet maybe was on the verge of awakening, and so maybe the other treants were in the neighborhood to watch out for it.
Hmm. Well, the purple one definitely looked like it was trying to protect the big one at one point in the battle before shit went down. So I'm gonna tell these guys to just rest up and stay back, and I'm gonna rejoin the group to investigate stuff.
Sure. You anybody want to pull out a book?
I can pull out a book.
What are you gonna look up?
The treants in general, but I'm not sure. And I've got the guide to monsters, so
I believe they do come from that book. Yeah, they're in the standard monsters. So what you would find if you go flipping through this book looking for trees, you would find awakened trees, which lead you to believe they would not be as large as this giant tree you're looking at. And you keep flipping pages, and eventually you will run into a page that talks about treants, which are magical creatures that just sort of happen magically. Like if a tree is in an area that is suffused with magic and a spark of potential within that tree happens, other treants and dryads, dryads and sometimes even druids will be drawn to the area to protect it as it's approaching its awakening. And so you, from reading this, will discern that this big tree that's still standing here with just a little scar from where the guy chopped it twice is probably on the verge of awakening and becoming what these two big ones were.
yeah, that not good, folks.
Well, not good for whom?
Well, they're gonna have another one of these on their hands very shortly.
Appears that way. Dusk's gonna kind of.
Maybe
Yeah.
if they don't piss it off, it'll just go off into the forest.
Hey, Rossa, does it say anything about those things moving? Can those relocate?
Well, these two obviously did.
True.
If you read further, you realize that you could have chatted with them. They tend to speak if spoken to.
Really good.
They tend to speak in Elvish, Sylvan, and Common, and they do function as protectors of the woods from whence they developed. And as long as logging is done conscientiously, hunting is done responsibly, and fire is managed appropriately, they tend to leave creatures like yourselves alone. It's when you when you're logging and just clearing huge swaths of land, forest away, or lighting things on fire, is when they get a little enraging. But in general, they protect the woodlands and the creatures that live in the woodlands, as long as they're responsible creatures.
Well,
Dusk's gonna kind of feel the crack. He's kind of like leaning into his druidic, I say heritage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to kind of whisper to the tree using his speech of beast and leaf. He's gonna say, "Sorry about your friends. They didn't understand. But we'll see if they'll leave you alone, and maybe you can find a new home nearby when it's time." We'll teach them to leave you alone, and yours are the like.
And you see there are two branches that are way bigger than the rest of the branches. Up in the structure of this tree, there's two really, really thick branches, and you see one of them just kind of dips down as if it's been weighed down by something for a moment and sort of sways a little bit. closer down toward you and then goes back up to where it started. And the whole tree just kind of sways gently in response to that movement. You get a feeling. I know they don't talk to you, but you do
Yeah.
get a feeling that you've been given a sense of appreciation that this tree is maybe not altogether just a tree, but at the moment, that's all it can give you. That sense
You
of
would
appreciation.
you would turn to Snaps or Maiev and be like, "Can any of you repair things with your spells?"
I was gonna ask if Cure Wounds works, but I don't think this is considered a creature yet.
I think it's more of a mending situation. Or maybe, I don't know, Foggy, do you mend? No, you got the stone thing.
I have mold earth.
Oh, right, yeah.
Can I try
And
to wound it?
Yeah, go right ahead and give it a shot.
I'm gonna try-
Technically, it's alive. It's not an inanimate object.
See what side of the line of creature or not creature it's on.
well, you give it a try. Can't hurt.
Well, I rolled max, so 10 points of healing if it counts.
So you'll see that some sap that had been sort of leaking out from the two places that the chops had occurred. The sap crystallizes really quickly, all of a sudden, and stops running. The gashes are still there, but the sap within them has crystallized and hardened immediately.
And Dusk will whisper, "There you go, buddy. Hope that feels better."
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Sorry, I had been forgetting for a split second that I was supposed to be Jaegering Maiev. When you asked the question of, do any of us magic-y people have mending? Did you ask Maiev?
I was directing it at, yes.
Okay, yeah, so she definitely would have walked up to the tree, and I haven't seen Maiev cast the spell yet, so again, I'm not going to describe it for her. But she walks up to the tree and casts mending. She has it.
I can see her looking really, I can see her staring really hard at the tree, and just suddenly it starts to starts to like close the wound.
You don't actually have to touch anything to do mending, right?
Maybe I think it probably is a touch point.
You point your finger towards a creature with. Nope, that's message. Mending. A single break, return an object you touch. To the thing. It does not claim you have to touch it.
So you all see Maiev looking real close at it and pointing at the gash and saying, "Did you do that, man?" And then, like, she twitches and realizes that there's something going on there, and she focuses in on it a little bit, and she's new at this magic affair, but she focuses in on it, and she's pointing at it, and it starts to close up over the crystallized sap, and the bark sort of flops over, and it just heals itself up quite nice.
and,
And the
and,
branch does the thing again.
and Dusk would be like, "How does it feel to mend rather than destroy my?" Assuming Maya would answer, but I don't know if you
Maiev
can
would have an adorable, not very smart answer for that.
Yeah.
Something akin to that idea, yes.
Yeah.
Didn't know
And-
I could do it.
Get your spell slot back, perhaps. Anyways, so whispered, "Hope that feels better. We'll educate your neighbors about living in harmony with you folk. So happy awakening."
And you do grasp that the tree will eventually yank its feet up out of the ground and just wander back away from the edge of the forest and protect the whole general vicinity as long as they don't, go crazy, knocking
Yeah.
down trees and making a mess. But it's going to be a little time before this tree is ready to do all of that.
Right.
Probably one season left.
All right. Well, if we're done with the tree and the group wants to educate our new friends here on the ways of living in harmony with nature, we can do so.
I imagine during that whole exchange, Jeb would have walked over. The other boys would have gone to find their dad and their brother who's been injured. And Jeb would have walked over and been like, did you just fix a tree?
Well, we did. You have on your hands here, and I believe Snaps and Ross know a little more about it. But these things here, they're just guarding the forest. They would have left you alone if you left them alone. Now you didn't know that, but just so you know, this place is special. It seems like there's a magic in the air, in the water, perhaps. And but this one right here with the face, will probably take some time. You might, I would just say, leave it alone for another season or so. And I think you'll find that once it awakens, it's going to relocate to a better place. So if you're just you're going to have to start talking to the trees before you cut them down. All right? I know it's weird. It's probably strange for you, but it's going to work out for everybody. So you don't go get, you got flung like 40 feet back there. You're still alive, luckily, because Snaps here was able to keep you guys on your feet.
I gotta say, whatever y'all did, that was way better than anything Ms. Batterns ever did for me. I don't think she's ever been able to mend a broken bone overnight like that. That was. I swear, when I fell on the ground just before I lost consciousness, I could swear I had broke every bone in my body.
Well, Snaps has experience in, flirting with death.
Maybe you could give Ms. Batterns some lessons.
Well, I'll leave that
I
one
mean,
to Snaps.
she's mighty good with a poultice, I say.
Well, this goes a little bit beyond poultices. Effective as they may be.
Well, if and you don't mind, I'm pretty sure Mr. James probably took Hulky over to Mrs. Battern's place. If y'all don't mind, maybe we could head over there and help out old Hulky.
Well, we're at your service, of course. I
On
assume,
this
right?
way.
Right, everybody? We are at your service, right, everybody? Democracy rules here.
Foggy nods. I'm deciding Maiev also nods.
I go where you go.
Alrighty.
While we walk, Snaps would motion Rasa over to kind of explain the book and what we've learned about these things and how they can try to live in harmony as we walk.
Heck, I thought Rasa was the one that found it in the book.
Yeah. Well, she's saying that I would describe to them, I think.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Snaps is just motioning to the book that Rasa has and that she found it and explaining to Jeb that how they can live in harmony.
Cool.
Not explaining to Rasa.
So you make your way. Song be sung by the Critical Role people. You'll make your way all back to the center of town here, where there's several small cottages near where Ms. Whitney has her little shop, if you will. And you'll find as you approach town that a cluster of men are running in the direction that you just came from with pitchforks and hoes. And let's see, there would be Mr. Batterns, there would be Mr. Johnson, and at least one of the older Johnson kids, Mr. Ralthor, and Mr. Albrecht, and the other Flaherty, another half orc. So they all come charging up with their pitchforks and their hoes, and they're like ready to do battle.
Yes.
And
Oh,
Jeb
your is
and Jeb is like, wait. These folks, I don't know who they are. I don't know where they came from, but they have solved the problem for now.
Can I ask for a minor break in conversation?
Yes.
Okay. We can continue.
Oh, were you turning the recording back on for Ashley?
No, I was cutting it and then turning it back on again. Just for
okay.
a minute.
Alrighty. So Jeb will explain to the gentleman and Whitney, who is with them, who was leading them to the Cabbage Patch, that everything that you've explained to him and how that's a special tree. And one day, maybe next season, that special tree, he's going to wake up and he's going to walk out into the forest. And then, as long as we be good, he be good. Mrs. Batterns and another female. So Mr. Batterns is a human. Mrs. Batterns is a female human, and Mrs. Batterns comes out and has Hulky with her, and he's pretty beat up, but he doesn't seem to have any real broken bones so much as just lots of cuts and scrapes on him. She seems to have plastered him with chunks of moss and herbs and whatnot and bandages. And they are trailed by a female Goliath coming out of the house. And she immediately grasps that these strangers have been helpful, having heard what Jeb said, and she does a little give a leg kind of bow and says, Kala'oi get hino. I'm very pleased to meet you. I at your service, I guess. Which I guess that really isn't a thing you need, is it? Unless you need more poultices. I have here. Let me. And she strungs back into the house and comes back out with a bundle of bandages and a couple of poultices and tries to hand them over.
No, I think we'd prefer for you to keep them for those of you that may need them in the future. We're pretty handy on our own. We wouldn't want to deprive you of any of the things that you may need.
Well, that's awfully kind and thoughtful of you. Jeb, get on in here. Let me see what I can do. And she'll drag Jeb into the house and try to, smooth out his rough edges. Whitney is gonna chit chat and be awfully grateful for everything that you've done. She's gonna offer to fill your packs with anything you want from the trading from orcs and all sorts. And Mr. Albrecht is going to be very excited that there are strangers in town, and I don't know where you people got lost going to, but it's awful lucky for us you got lost here. Do you have any sharp edges that need sharpening? I can handle that for you.
I got a feeling we're mostly okay.
Got more of a blunt weapon myself.
No, if anyone hears a blunt weapon, it's us. And he points to his own chest.
Oh, yeah, we're all a little blunt.
All of the children in this town, we're talking 15 kids, ranging from 17 down to 4, are slowly peering out from behind buildings and coming in to create a convergence of bodies around you all. And there is a lot of poking and prodding and questioning and looking at their own adults saying, "Aren't you going to feed them, mama?" And it's just that you are suddenly surrounded by, you're in Munchkin land and they want to feed you lollipops. It's it's anything you will accept in gratitude, they are going to heap upon you.
Yeah, Foggy is going to think to himself, Dust kicked the hornet's nest earlier, and I'm now really thinking about kicking it myself. God damn it. And then kneel down and pick up some kind of stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of these, like, maybe larger, like, small dinner plate size, like our little tiny circular plates size stones. And just, like, show it to a kid and, like, place it gently on their hands and make sure they don't drop it. And then cover it with my own hands and mold earth it into a different kind of stone.
Did you make a look? And he like grabs onto one of the other kids nearby and starts yanking on their sleeve really hard and pointing. And the other kid's like, "Yeah, it's a rock." No, but it's different.
And then I hold up a single index finger and then I cover it again and then lift it up and it's another different kind of stone.
See, it's different.
The other kid that has walked up, I'm gonna gesture him towards me and ask for a hand.
Stick your hand out.
And I will like cajole his hand into a single pointing finger and then through him mold earth the stone under his finger and draw a smiley face in another different kind of stone. Just messing with the kids and the little bit of magic I've got.
All heaps of levity have happened. All of the panic and fear that has been running rampant through everybody is easily washed away.
As Foggy's doing this, like with each one of these like instances of doing, Dusk was going to use thaumaturgy to create a sound of wind chimes like coming from the rock as he's doing.
Foggy's gonna look back and nod just in acknowledgement.
These people are amazing, Mama. Can we build them a house?
I don't think that's necessary, kid.
We're not going to be around for much longer. Just passing through, we happen to stumble in.
And Whitney is going to be very assertive in her desire for you to remain for the supper. And Mrs. James, Holkey's mama, she is going to be extremely insistent that you take Buford's house for the night. And he and his wife and their 2 children, they'll come stay in our house and you just move right on into their place and you stay there tonight. It's getting late. We'll have supper and you can stay the night in their place. And then you can get on your way to wherever it was you was trying to get when you got lost.
Alrighty.
Every person in this community is absolutely convinced that you are lost because you would not possibly have landed here on purpose.
All right. I respect the perspective.
So a supper will be laid before you of roasted goat meat and ham and stew with every vegetable that you witnessed out in the patch out there. There is a blueberry cake presented as dessert, and it is a lavish smorgasbord for dinner. It's the best you've eaten even better than anything you could possibly have had in Dracot, including the bacon.
As we're eating,
Fabulous meal. There is no ale and no wine offered.
Okay.
Foggy is fine with that.
Maev might not be, but
No, assuredly not.
As the meal's going on, Dusk would be like, so aside from today's events, have you guys, you fine folk here, leaning into my rustic hospitality trait, like, you noticed anything else strange going on around your place you live? Any odd people, figures, creators, aside from today's events, of course?
Well, And Whitney's going to be the first one to pop up. No, we really don't have many visitors here. And like I said, the only folks that ever come here is folks who's lost.
Well, I mean, I understand because there's no road here, and as Snaps would pipe in with her question.
I'm just asking what they call their little hamlet here.
Oh, it's just our community. It doesn't have a name. It's just us. Now, I mean, I gotta say, we don't get, violent activity here very often. This is definitely highly outside the ordinary that which we experienced today. So those kind of skills that you obviously possess is more than we need here. But I'd like to ask if you have any other skills that maybe you could contribute to the community, because we would be happy to have folks such as yourselves join us. And you women folk, if you're looking for a spouse, the James family, they got one of their boys is up at the mine looking for a wife, and he might take a shine to one of you. We don't know. And the Johnstons, they got a 12-year-old boy. He's gonna be of marrying age soon.
You hear that, ladies? Prime bachelors.
Yeah.
Ross
Now,
sends Dusk a look, and a little bit of mist or fog is starting to come out her nostrils.
it's a little bit of that cold breath is sleeping out.
It's like, oh, I don't need chill. Thank you, Ross.
Well, and you Flaherty boys, you still haven't found yourselves any wives. If you would build separate houses, you could get wives and have places of your own. What maybe these nice ladies would take a shine to you. But the two of you sharing a house like you do, nobody's going to want to marry you.
Snaps immediately jams a whole bunch of ham in her mouth and like looks away.
It does just kind of like, oh, I'm sure these lovely women would be the most gracious of partners, but I've got one maiden in this world for me. And if it's getting dark, he'd be looking up of the window, like she's not of this earth.
Well, I don't quite know what you mean there, sir. But if you's already promised somebody, we would not want to affect that.
Oh, no.
But you are welcome to invite your womankind to come live here with us. We build you a house all your own, especially if you have some other skills like, do you know how to make ale?
I don't, but well, as I like totally veer off the rails of Dusk's accent, I don't know how to brew beer or ale. It would sound lovely right now. However, my skills are more rudimentary in nature. Wood carving and the like. Calling upon the power of the Moon Maiden. Basic things.
Oh, like religion thing.
Yeah. God, the Southern Irish like. What I like, just like, yeah, you boy, how do you know?
I've been trying to mentally remind myself to phase in the fact that Foggy has an accent that exists in my brain, but I keep forgetting to phase it into conversation.
Hard sometimes.
It would be a British accent, some weird off Irish thing. We got an entire town of Southern belles. It's a problem.
It does would be like, right, yes, I am a humble hobo cleric of the Lady of the Moon, Saluna, Moon Maiden, whatever you call. So, when I refer to the maiden of that I take a shine to, she visits you every day, every night, if you will. So, there's that. Not a literal woman, of course, but
Understanding slowly creeps over her face.
Metaphor.
At some point during all of the conversations, Jeb and the other Flaherty, who I apparently did not name, the two of them, both half orcs, Whitney will have pointed out that the two of them, they still haven't found themselves wives, and if they would just build separate houses, maybe they would have wives. The two of them are known, she has referred to them as the Fetchers, Fetchers, Fetchers. They go fetch things.
Oh.
And Whitney would ask them if they had heard of anything like you were asking about, of strangers or, anything bad happening. And Jeb would say that he had, and he delivered and picked up wax from Mrs. Rudanthi and her girls up in Pecan Grove. And he picked up wax and honey the last time they were up there. She had mentioned that somebody in a town further north from there had actually been kidnapped. Just crazy, crazy stuff doesn't happen around here.
Is that so?
Yeah, she was real bothered by it. Because, it's just her and her girls.
Right, that is horrible.
How far
Well,
away? Pecan Grove.
It's about, you could probably, if you follow our marks, you could probably get there in a day. Yeah, it takes us about a day, and if you follow our marks, I'm sure you could make it in the same time.
Okay.
we'll be obliged to take any directions, since in a way we are lost in a sense. So it's perhaps fortuitous. That's a big word. That we came by your lovely community, because we're definitely heading up that direction. And if anything, maybe we could help check in on your family member up there, the James, right, up in the mines.
Oh, that's off a little bit to the east of Pecan Grove, but yeah, Mr. James, do you want them to go check on William? And Mr. James will be like, if you feel the need, you're welcome to do that. I don't have a problem with that. I'll write you a little note to give him.
Right. Well, I think we'll definitely be happy to swing by Pecan Grove to check on them and see how we can help, because it does sound like something that we're kind of on a bit of a quest adventure. But we've been getting now. As he starts to talk, he's gonna consider just we're trying to make sure that people are safe. That's all. He knows as soon as he starts talking about anything related to what happens every night that could risk this community, so he's going to shut up. Not before he almost started spilling the beans.
Alrighty. So, dinner is had by all. The Flaherty boys will invite you back to or outside to view the moon together
Pecan
and
Grove
help you to
to
understand
check on
the
them
way
and
that they
see
track and
how we
mark
can help.
their
'Cause
paths.
it does sound like something that
Forest,
we're
Farm
kind of
Bar is really it's ain't nobody living up there. But there's this village, Pecan Grove, just north. It's almost straight north. If you have a compass and you follow that needle pin thing, you'll get there pretty quick, just going straight. But if you look out for these little ribbons, see, um, Mrs. Batterns, she makes these little ribbons that, see how it's weaved like this, and he'll hold up a piece of ribbon that's got this it's a yellow ribbon and it has a blue thread woven through it in a zigzag sort of shape. Looks like a friendship bracelet. And he explains that they tie these to various branches and shrubs and what have yous along that path every time they take the path, so that if they ever get dislodged, there will be plenty of others to direct direct them, so that they can find their way back to Pecan Grove. And they'll tell you that Mrs. Rudanthi does have the best honey in all of the world. There's nothing like it, not even in Dracot, not even in Crowless.
Yeah, I do
I-
like some with some tea on occasion.
I hear you can make booze out of honey, but I don't know the process.
Excuse
Well,
me.
if you find somebody who's looking for a home that knows how to make ale, they would be welcomed. We will build them a house. We will give them anything they need. I will bring all the honey Ms. Rudanthi can produce. If you can get us a way to have ale or mead or some sort of delicious beverage that takes the edge off.
Keep that in mind. We'll send them to the community here. I feel like we should come up with an impromptu name for you folk.
You're just a community.
You're a place of rest for wanderers.
The home of 39. No, because then if James Boy comes back with a wife, it would be the home of 40. Can you have a town name that changes all the time?
You just call
That
it
confuses people.
Well, that's what signs are for. They can be changed. It could be the home of many peoples. And just call it a day.
Yeah, there we go. The James family is going to be shuttling some kids around and moving their adult children into their house so that you have access to a whole ass house for the night. It's a 2-bedroom number. It's not huge, but it's enough for you guys.
Dusk will give the 2 kids that vacated for the night a couple moon trinkets that he carved some time ago.
And they're going to be thrilled because they love spending the night at Papa's house, but having mom and dad come with him is going to spoil the fun a little bit. So they're happy to get a treat. All righty. Well, it's a lovely little town, and like I said, anything you will accept from them, they will give if they have it to give. So if you're willing, Whitney is going to facilitate shoving your packs full of dried meats and fresh vegetables, at least 2 days worth of fresh vegetables, and she'll give you a recipe and little bundles of herbs and whatnot that if you put it in a pot with water and then this dried meat here and you put it all together in a pot, you will have a fabulous stew after 2 hours. And she will talk your ear off and make sure you have absolutely everything you could possibly want from this little town.
All right.
And unless there's anything else anybody else wants to accomplish
Yeah.
in this lovely little place, you could go to bed.
as soon as
Go
soon
ahead.
as is alone, no villagers. I found the names that I wrote down for the little girls, and I originally had Melina and Rudanthi, but then Rudanthi was corrected to be the last name of the girls. And I don't remember. I don't know if I found out the name of the other little girl, but Rudanthi is the name of the girl with the honey, who's about a day away in Pecan Grove. So I definitely think that's the way we should go next.
It is Milena and Callis.
Melina and what?
Callis, Kallis.
Callus. Okay. Those are the 2 little girls who have been taken captive by the scary monster things.
And they are beekeepers.
Beekeepers.
Now you know that they are.
The only thing Dusk would do, since we have a safe place to rest, he'll use his last third spell slot to cast Sending.
Okie dokie.
Um, let's see.
I'd say the lengthy dinner and the pack stuffing probably took you till about 8 or 9 o'clock.
All right. He'll go out and kind of kneel under the moon.
If he wouldn't mind, I'd follow.
Of course. And Dusk will explain, it's like, you remember that Fearbold fellow that we ran into back in Drake, right?
I believe I do. You had a good 5 or 10 minute long conversation with the guy.
Yeah, I think I scared him away, I think. He did not, I think I might have regaled him a little bit too much of our adventures, and he's just here on a simple mission, supposedly. But just something nagging at me, I suppose. But I think I just wanted to drop a line with him. I'm gonna cast my ascendant spell,
Oh, all right. I'll stay quiet.
and I'll let's see if I can do this off the cuff here. He's gonna cast spending, and he's gonna say, Balbaros, Dusk here. Thought I'd drop you a line, because I forgot to ask more about your home. Rude of me. I used 25 words. I think that's like exactly 25 or 24.
So tell your DM what you're trying to glean, and I will see if your words relay that request.
He's like Moonshade Isles. It's like there's something about that place that just seems to be, I don't know, tickling the back of his brain, in that he was more focused on the task at hand with recovering Kurok, but he didn't really dive into deeper conversation of, you know, Malbros's home. So he just wanted to try and learn more about it, which is going to be hard to do in 25 words, but we'll
Yeah.
get there.
What was niggling at the back of your mind? What exactly did I say to you? You remember?
I'm looking at it. Keep
Oh, did we
scrolling.
do it in chat? Hold on, let me go look.
It was in.
I have you roll.
Yeah, I rolled double ones. Remember?
Oh, that's not helpful.
Like basically got like there was something more there, but that's about it.
Okay.
But it's that I had probably forgotten something about those people, the Fearbog people from there.
Fearbog of Moonshade. So it's
Yeah, there
your
was probably
message.
that you were a little foggy on the details of his folk.
So
Yep.
your message to him would be more geared toward looking for information about Fearbog in particular of the Moonshade Isle.
Yeah.
Would you have phrased your message in such a way that you are asking about the history of the people or how they live now?
I would probably start with how they are now. What's his home like now? I think I said his home, right? What's your home like? I think
Yeah. Well, sir, we live a relatively sequestered life. And now I'm stuck with the southern drawl. I apologize. I don't remember what pattern of speech that man had. Southern drawl is very hard for me to rinse out of my mouth. So we live a relatively sequestered existence, which is why they sent me to find new plants and new food sources.
Just gonna leave that for a second while I use the restroom.
We're not big on the exploration of things, and give me a minute to decide how much. You get from what he says that he acknowledges that he and his people are not as visually appealing as other Furbolg, and so they kind of keep to themselves. What with their history and all.
We can leave it at that then.
Yeah.
I don't have any more spell slots, so we'll leave it at that. Got it.
But yeah, there's definitely something about the history of Furbolg in particular in the Moonshae Isles that has something to do with why they are unattractive in comparison to other Furbolg. And you get the feeling he's not real proud of it, but nobody is, I guess.
All right. And so as Dusk is receiving this message, he's referring to their appearance. He's like, no, come on, no, you're like Dusk is muttering to himself. Foggy would hear. Well, that'll be an interesting conversation. Seeing one of my cousins here, far-flung cousins, has me wondering. That's all. More about them. Yeah, we'd sometimes tell stories of other enclaves of people like us living out in the middle of nowheres, or in their case, in the middle of the ocean. Not very common, but yeah, occasionally we hear stories that made it out to our little village. But so curiosity, perhaps. But anyways,
Snaps, what book are you reading?
Exalted Deeds.
Ah, cool.
I'm trying to get in,
Getting in your hours.
what, like 2 hours before bed?
falls asleep with the book on your chest.
It's an especially interesting book.
Rasa would probably just be spending any time that she has still going through the monster book. Probably no chance of seeing the monsters that we've been seeing in the dreams, but she's going to go through and see what she can find and see if she gets lucky.
Which book are you reading?
Volo's Guide to Monster.
Yeah, the Guide to Monsters is the one that I have.
I'm gonna check something. Y'all are gonna have to wait. Where is the contents of that freaking book? There's got to be a way to bring up the contents of that book.
Ugh.
Oh, that ain't it.
I'll be honest, I'm not expecting to get lucky here considering, not sure it's actually just a monster, but we'd see.
Where I own it.
I think I know what they are, but Snaps would not know.
Sorry about that, sis.
No, it doesn't look like you're going to run into anything in that particular book.
Nope, that's fine. Didn't think so, but Rasa wouldn't know that. But
The treants aren't even in that particular book.
Oh.
Well, that was worth a try. It must be the other book.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, you've pretty much done everything you can do in this little town. You have been loaded up with food and supplies. Any regular clothing that you have has been stitched up with any damage to the fabric. Any leather armor that any of you have has been repaired and polished. If you will allow it, Maiev might allow it. Mr. Albrecht would sharpen any blades that anybody's got. The Goliath would force somebody to take a bundle of bandages and one of her poultice, which is equivalent to a greater healing potion, but it takes 10 minutes to work.
Oh yeah,
One
I
of
would
you wants
totally,
to add that?
add that to my inventory. Do you have a specific item for it, or should I
I do
rename a
not.
signet ring?
Just rename a signet ring. It's a greater healing potion. It just isn't instantaneous.
Are some of those candles that Ms. Whitney was working on available for sale?
Yes, in fact, I have added to the list of things that you get from Whitney a 10-pound bag of flour, 3 jars of honey, and 10 freshly dipped pairs of candles. So a total of 20 candles.
Because Snaps is hoping to do some late night reading.
Mm. And then again, you have 10 days worth of food, either dried or fresh. You know, you'll eat the fresh stuff in the first 2 days. The rest will last 10 days.
And I'm sorry, what was besides the 20 candles, what was the rest of it?
3 jars of honey and a 10-pound bag of flour. And then just, you know, polish and sharpen and stitch up any damaged clothing.
Because I forgot I'm holding inventory. I'm gonna put that in the bag of holding.
Hey, Mama, can you do me a favor and either in chat or just out loud slowly spell that word you've been using for the thing that is 10 minutes to apply a greater healing potion?
A poultice?
Yeah, it's a word I've never heard.
POULTICE.
It's literally a wad of sometimes mud, moss, and herbs mashed and macerated together and slapped on, and then usually covered with a
The pre-Bacitracin and Bacitracin.
bandage. Goop. It's goop.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is spit involved.
It's what Keyleth did in the animated Critical Role.
Gotcha. Alrighty, I will hold on to that. It is in my inventory.
And somewhere along the line, maybe while you two, Dusk and Foggy, were outside, just hanging out under the moon, the realization that the Flaherty brothers are not brothers would become apparent. Just in case you're interested. They not looking for wives. They're
Oh.
just not going to disabuse their neighbors of the notion.
Right. Dusk would probably be minding his own business. Because he'd probably be, once he's done with the whole communing with the moon, would start fiddling with his new attempt at figurine carving.
I do hate to be that player, but I also want to be that player, so I'm gonna do it. Request a little bit of one-on-one time with the DM. That happens openly. Because I wanted to do something while while Dusk was doing his sending. I want to have been doing something internally
Mm-hmm.
with Kurok.
Okay.
Just some attempted uh, quote-unquote communication as good as we can, what with him not being able to form sentences.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna kind of have a one-way conversation at him and get a gauge of his feelings, if you don't mind spending a good little bit of time on it.
Did you roll any wisdom checks during your battle with the tree?
You know, I didn't think to do so.
Let me have, I don't know, 3 of those.
I can give you 3 of those rapid fire.
Are they wisdom or constitution? I cannot remember.
Wisdom. I do
Okay.
wisdom saves. That is 19, 15, and 13.
Yeah, so he was fine. During the fight, you would have experienced that controlled rage under your skin. The tips of your fingers were itchy, like you're familiar with. Your skin on your back was maybe a little tighter than you're accustomed to, but your control was what you are prepared for, what you've grown to find as normal in your relationship with him. He was not unnecessarily violent or anxious during the battle.
Okay.
In the moments that you're communing with him under the moon, you do feel an itch and a little. Normally, you would feel this urge to run, to hunt, that kind of thing. And in this moment, what you are experiencing from him is restraint and almost self-control on his part. Like, you know how you tell a little bit to sit and then you can just see her vibrating, but she wants to stay sitting because she's supposed to be sitting. But you can see it in her body, the way she twitches, that she really wants to get up and move, but she's gonna stay here. She's gonna exercise self-control. It's that same thing
Okay.
with him. He's got the urge to go and do, but he is consciously choosing self-control, and maybe using a little of your personality to help him do that.
All right. That's that is very, very good to see and hear out of you, buddy. And so I do hate to piss you off in this moment, but I do want to have a two-pronged conversation, as it were. You can respond how you'd like. I don't really have any particular opinion. I just wanted to gauge you for a minute. Again, all of this is internal, not out loud.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start by looking backwards a little bit. Not towards the things I've witnessed you do, but to before you and I ever quote unquote met in the way that we are now. I know you can't really convey complex concepts to me, so I know you can't tell me what happened to cause you to be stuck with me. But I gather you did something and pissed off the wrong person?
You get a chuffing sound behind your left ear, like if you imagine a lion or a tiger, that chuffing sound that they make that almost sounds like laughter. And you experience a rush of an emotion that is not yours, and that emotion is loyalty.
Loyalty?
Loyalty, maybe a little bit of obedience, but mostly loyalty.
Okay. And he genuinely sits for a minute, as I am, trying to figure out the best way to phrase this next bit. No judgment towards you, because I don't personally agree with what you've been put through. Do you feel as though you deserve what's been done to you? No judgment.
There is no chuffing, but again, emotions that are not your own wash over you. They are a sense of pride, but it is tinged with just the tiniest bit of regret. Not regret, loss.
Okay. I think I'm getting it, buddy. I'm not going to drag you through that mud any longer. I just wanted to get the sense of it. Looking forward, though, where you are right now in this state of I can feel you cognitively not acting. I can feel you making the conscious decision to not go and do something right now, which I appreciate and respect. And if you wish to continue doing that at times that you don't feel it is necessary to be at the ready, I will respect that decision. But I don't want you to feel hampered by being stuck here. And Foggy unconsciously lifts one of his hands and points to his chest. And so I've talked about wanting to continue to work with you and not have it be so much that you are stuck with me, but rather that we simply work together in the same space. And again, this is Foggy speaking, not me. It's come to my attention suddenly that I don't really know where I was going with this, other than I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and if we can maybe either get you some closure on what happened to you previously, or at the very least talk to whoever did this to you. I'd like to work on that at some point, because I really don't fully understand why this would have been done to you, but we'll see how things go in the future. For now, let's just work on keeping all of these other people safe, yeah?
And you get a poof.
Alright. That was all. Thank you for that.
Yep. Dusk. You sent your message. You got your response.
Yeah.
Foggy's out there under the moon with you.
Yeah.
Once your message had concluded and you were pondering the results of that message, were you doing any other stuff that you do outside at night kind of stuff?
Oh, that's sort of just communing, just sort of meditating and reflecting on the day's events. Not necessarily projecting any questions outwardly, but
Okay.
just sort of winding down.
Okay. All right, I think we're good. Anybody else have anything they wanted to do before sleep takes you?
Sarah's shaking her head.
Snaps is just reading.
That's what I figure I'm doing all night.
Yes,
So
you're reading. Yeah.
Well, it is midnight. You players get to decide. Are we going to sleep now, or do we start the next session with a night?
I need sleep.
Okay,
It's fading.
so the next session will begin with going to bed.
Oh goody.
So be ready for an I want to statement.
What?
Yeah, then I definitely need sleep.
I don't
Alrighty,
have to deal with
folks.
that shit anymore.
Alrighty. We
Sounds
be
good.
in Candlekeep next week.
Alrighty.
Alright, I'm going to end this recording.
That's a good
Thank
idea.
y'all for